Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Friday, baby! What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Before we get into anything else, I want to remind everybody that we are live 4 p.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday. So spread it around like wildfire that we are in effect and in the house. Bookmark the official website, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And if you haven't already done so, folks, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. Good God, it's Baller Friday, baby, and I'm hype. I hope you are hyped too, folks. It's one of those free format edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast where we take your calls and we talk about whatever you want to talk about. But before we start taking your calls, folks, I do want to get into a few things to discuss before we start taking in your calls, because I do want to talk about things that we've been discussing on this broadcast this week that is now starting to come to fruition. The first thing I want to talk about is the escalation of nuclear confrontation with China and Russia. Now, once again, folks, right after I discussed this particular situation with China, where China intercepted one of our jets, or actually it was a military spy plane, over the South China Sea. Once again, right after I stopped the broadcast, a report came out stating that China is warning the United States that their military is ready if they continue to encroach or continue to provoke some kind of confrontation. Moreover, Russia has also alluded to the fact that it is going to escalate its particular military buildup in certain areas of the globe, which, of course, is coordination to a direct confrontation on a global scale. And, folks, this is really the big picture that we need to be focusing on at this point in time, because, as I've stated, I've always suggested that the ISIS situation in the Middle East is purely manufactured by NATO, by our government. We have funded, trained, and armed these people. And the reason that they have done that is to provide a smoke screen, actually to kill two birds with one stone, and we talked about this yesterday. The first one is to provide a smoke screen from what these NATO powers and America are actually doing, which is trying to have a direct confrontation, a nuclear confrontation with Russia and China, okay, first and foremost. And secondly, they are causing this destabilization within the region that is causing the migrant crisis that you're now witnessing in Europe, that Barack Obama and the liberal regime in this country are trying to bring over here. And this is really the two birds with one stone that they're killing here. All right? Meanwhile, while everybody out here in America and the media is focusing on ISIS, and moreover, the military is conducting exercises that are purely fictitious, folks, and I've strongly advised you, do a damn YouTube search. I mean, before these air bombings happen on supposed ISIS areas, our military actually drops leaflets telling these goddamn ISIS people to get out of the area. I'm not kidding, man. Look it up for yourself. All right, this is purely fictitious. It's a smoke screen, and moreover, it is being utilized to destabilize the region, to basically perpetuate what you're seeing here in this migration crisis. Now, I want to move on to another subject matter because I don't want this to be all gloom and doom because it's Baller Friday, baby. But I do want to continue on with the theme of the migrant crisis. Did you all hear what this goddamn Pope said, for Christ's sake? Did you hear what he said? He compared ISIS to Jesus and his disciples. Can you believe this crap? He compared the plight of ISIS, the supposed plight of ISIS, to Jesus sending out his disciples. I mean, can you believe the audacity? I mean, this is a Pope, for Christ's sake. I mean, can you believe this crap? Comparing ISIS to Jesus sending out his disciples. I mean, it is just unbelievable what is happening and unraveling in our world today, folks. And if you happen to be a Catholic or a non-practicing Catholic or whatever the case might be, I think that you should seriously second-guess what is happening in your religion, for Christ's sake. I have always suggested that it's a damn pedophile cult. All right, it's a damn pedophile cult as far as I'm concerned. And, of course, I believe that it was put out here recently in a report that this Pope Francis is going to stop prosecuting cardinals, or trying to stop pursuing, or told cardinals to stop pursuing investigations relating into pedophile activity. So, I mean, give me a goddamn break. I mean, give me a break. What kind of Pope is this? Or didn't I say this yesterday? I was just talking about this kooky prick yesterday, man. I was saying this guy, he's got a weird look to him. He's got a spacey, wide-eyed look, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? Really, really weird. I don't know what he ate. I believe he's from Argentina, And, what's unfortunate about that is because I actually like Argentinian wine. It's my favorite grape, the Malbec grape. And now I'm considering possibly stop consuming in that wine because of this kooky prick, all right? Because I don't want to be all space cadet and, kooky or whatever the hell this guy's smoking, all right, to completely go against a tradition. And let me tell you, I'm no Catholic fan by any means, believe me, okay? But for this man to basically take power of the Catholic Church and just completely wipe its derriere, he's wiping his derriere with the traditions of what Catholics believed in for thousands of years, for Christ's sake, completely rearranging it, for Christ's sake. And I hear no outcry from the Catholics. I hear no outcry. You would think, one would think that this liberal leftist media would be pouncing all over this, making fun of the Pope as it relates to this, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? Because they're leftists. They're atheists, for Christ's sake. But you see, folks, if you take a look at this current Pope's rhetoric and compare it to the leftist rhetoric, it's exactly the same. So, in my personal opinion, this Pope has turned into a political force to a certain extent. And he's utilizing spirituality to manipulate the politics of those that actually continue to follow this pedophile cult. Moreover, not only did he compare ISIS to Jesus sending out his disciples upon the world, okay? This asshole also alluded to the fact that the migration crisis that is happening in Europe is actually a good thing, because it's actually helping the population supposed crisis, or the low population output of the domestic European countries. And, you're just sending in a bunch of wild Yehudis to help prop up that population. I mean, I'm not joking, man. This is the Pope. This is Pope Francis out here. This is supposed to be the leader of the supposed big-ass Catholic Church, the biggest church in the world, right? What the hell's going on here? Huh? I'm talking to you Catholics. What is going on here? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, comparing ISIS to Jesus sending out his disciples and suggesting that the migrant crisis is good for Europe's low population count. I mean, good God. I mean, geez. I'm speechless. I mean, I'm not even Catholic. I could care less about the Catholic Church. I've never been a fan of the Catholic Church, but to see this just out in the open, this blatant is it me or is this Pope committing blasphemy here? All right, I mean, I don't mean to talk biblically or spiritually, but isn't this supposed to be the spiritual head of the world out here, for Christ's sake? I mean, isn't this Pope over here committing a little bit of blasphemy, for Christ's sake? He's committing blasphemy, for Christ's sake. Oh, good God! What in the blue hell is happening to this world, all right? That's why I do this broadcast in hopes of sparking synapses in those of you that are listening in, that you better start participating in this political process, all right, so that you can have an influence in what these goddamn institutionalist international bureaucracies are doing at this point in time. Because that's all this is about. It's a bunch of bureaucratic systems coming together, trying to take over the world, trying to, implement some kind of goddamn bureaucratic global system where it's institutionalist bureaucracies that are in control, compartmentalized. It's utterly disgusting. And if you want to take a look at the model for this, European Union. I mean, bottom line, European Union. And take a look at the problems of all the members of the European Union, all the problems they're having ever since they joined this international disgusting bureaucratic system. It's pathetic. And let me tell you, before I start taking calls for this Baller Friday free format edition, I do want to encourage my brethren from across the pond over there in Britannia, please vote for Brexit, baby. Get the hell out of the EU. Get out! Get the hell out while you can, for Christ's sake. I just hope that the election of Sadiq Khan and turning London into Londonistan is not a precursor of what to expect as it relates to this Brexit vote. Because I hope that the migrants and the immigrants that were allowed into Europe, or Britannia, I should say, are not going to affect this Brexit vote like they affected the mayoral race in Londonistan. I mean, that's my biggest fear. Don't get me wrong. I know that there's a bunch of individuals out there in Britannia campaigning for this Brexit. They're out there, grassroots, going door to door, trying to tell people about it, so on and so forth. And, hey, the government's doing the same damn thing. I mean, what was that, Dave Cameron? What is it, 12 million pound sterling leaflet that was sent out to every goddamn household in Britannia talking about how important it was to stay in the goddamn EU. What a joke! So once again, all right, the Pope comparing ISIS to Jesus, unleashing his disciples upon the world, and saying that the migrant crisis is actually good for Europe because of its low populations. This is the new Catholic Church, everybody. Welcome to the new religion. I hope you enjoy it, Now, does this mean that on Good Friday, which I always eat meat, I always do the complete opposite that the damn Catholic Church says? I do the complete opposite. Does that mean that I was always okay, and that's why nothing happened to me, and that's why whatever God that they're promoting over there doesn't smite me or anything of that nature? I mean, it's crap, man. It's utterly crap. I mean, this Pope saying what he's saying, doing what he's doing, just proves that everything that the Catholics have been believing for thousands of years, it's utter crap. Excuse me, it wasn't 12 million pounds sterling. It was 9 million pounds sterling that Dave Cameron spent on those damn leaflets. My apologies, because these bureaucrats, they have a little bit of miscounting. They're like, well, no, you see, it was actually 9 million pounds sterling. You understand? There's a big difference. No, there is no difference because it's not your money, jagoff. Anyway, now that I've gotten all that out of off my chest, for Christ's sake, let's go ahead and get into this Baller Friday free format edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I want to take your calls. This is episode number 270, folks, for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And if you want to participate in today's show, all you've got to do is give me a call at 516-453-9903. And, look, it's going to be busy for a little bit, but don't worry, folks. We're going to try to clear out some of these lines. We want to try to give people the opportunity to go and attempt to try to get on the line here, folks. I know, believe it or not, people are literally lighting up the damn lines 15 minutes before the show even starts. So it obviously prevents a lot of people from getting through. But don't worry, don't fret, keep trying. If you've got a subject matter you want to talk about, it's a Baller Friday free format edition. I want to hear from you, baby. I want to hear from you. What do you want to talk about? Spread it around the internet and throughout the world that we are live and we're talking to the people right now. We're talking to the people. All right, let's go ahead and take some calls here. Do we got any calls, engineer? All right, we got a few callers, obviously, on the line here, so let's just go ahead and get to them right now. How about 619? What's going on? You're on the horn on this Baller Friday.
Hey, Ghost, how you doing? I just wanted to wish you a happy Baller Friday. Give a shout-out to my friend Mike. I'm on the West Coast right now, so the time's different right now. It's only 2 p.m. here, and usually I don't get to listen to your show because I'm working. But I got up early, so it's great to listen to you today.
Hey, man, I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the kind words. And, hey, look, the podcasts are always there, but I'm glad you're tuning in. What do you want to discuss today?
Actually, I had a question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so throughout the show you've been saying that even if you don't fully support Trump, then it's in our best interest still. We need to vote for him. Now, let's say hypothetically someone like Ted Cruz got the nomination. Would you be advocating to support him as well?
No, absolutely not. He's a sniveling, slimy, bureaucratic piece of trash, and I would unfortunately do what I did in 2008 and abstain from the election. And unfortunately, that's the byproduct of abstaining from an election is what happened in 2008, and it was the election of Barack Obama.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, thank you for calling, by the way. I mean, I would not support Ted Cruz if he was the nominee. Now, of course, if the people's will went that direction and people went out and they voted for him in thrones and he was out there, getting the rallies at thousands upon thousands attendance, he was just dominating the primary, so on and so forth, then, yeah, I mean, I guess I would support him. I mean, I just don't like Ted Cruz because he has shown his ugly head in this primary presidential race, and it's something that I never thought I would see out of the man in my life. Complete and utter slime, disgust, disgrace, devious activity, shamelessness, hypocrisy. I mean, just everything was just balled up into one in this piece of trash as it related to this presidential campaign. And for this guy to come out with that disgusting, weaselly look, with his rodent face, his damn Zodiac killer-looking mug, for Christ's sake, it just makes me sick that this guy can wake up and look at himself in the mirror and smile with that disgusting, pedophile-looking grin on his face, and then be able to go to sleep at night and be able to have a good night's rest. It's just soulless bureaucrats, man. I hate them. I'm telling you, I hate bureaucrats. I hate freaking bureaucrats. I hate them. Anyway, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Let's take some more callers here. How about 504? You're on the horn. What do you want to discuss?
Hey, what's going on, Ghost? This is Silverado dude.
How you doing, man? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I want to talk to you to that Mount Rushmore, thinking that maybe one day his stupid-looking face will be on Mount Rushmore. What the hell do you think about that?
So he's there now? Is he giving a speech or something?
I seen a video yesterday on Facebook about it, and thought it was freaking stupid. I don't think his face should belong anywhere near Mount Rushmore.
Oh, so it was one of these Facebook articles or one of these viral Facebook little things that were going around?
The stupid Democrat supporting videos that go around.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, let me tell you something right now. I want to thank you for your call. Bernie Sanders, not only will he not be on Mount Rushmore, I mean, he won't even be on the freaking block of whatever, where's he from, Vermont? Burlington, Vermont, whatever the hell it is. He won't even be on a freaking cornerstone of an outhouse out there as far as I'm concerned, because he is a pathetic piece of trash. I don't understand why anybody supports this man, but once again, all you got to do is come out and say, hey, I'm Bernie Sanders, and what I'll do is I'll give you everything for free. All right? All you got to do is vote for me, and I'll make it the law that I'll give you everything for free. I'll give you a Cadillac, all right? I'll give you free chicken in every pot. How you like that? You people like chicken, right? You know what it's like to be poor. I'll make the white people poor and make them like chicken too. Huh? Get the hell out of here, for Christ's sake, man. I'm sick of this guy. I'm sick of his face. I'm sick of it, for Christ's sake. He's not going to go into Mount freaking Rushmore, all right? But you see, that's the thing about these leftists. They all want to be idolized. That's the whole reason why they freaking do what they do. So they can create these idols, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, why do you think they become leftists? They read about this crap. They've read about Mao Zedong and how when he became God, or the atheist god of China, that there's monuments all over the freaking place of this stupid, fat, pot-bellied, balding bastard. All right, same with freaking Stalin and all that, Lenin, all of them. They're freaking. They want relics of themselves. They want to be worshipped in some kind of secular sense. For Christ's sake, it's pathetic. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on Bernie Sanders, for Christ's sake, because in my opinion, and once again, folks, if you watched the speech that Trump gave today to the NRA, the National Rifle Association, of course, the NRA endorses this man. He has a speech in front of them, okay? It wasn't but, 20 minutes later after that speech happens, an alleged shooting happens near the White House, and the White House has to be locked down, and it's all over the mainstream, lamestream media. I mean, give me a break, all right? Give me a goddamn break. So once again, folks, I mean, you really got to be wary about some of these things that are being alleged to have happened on the lamestream, mainstream media, for Christ's sake. I'm just saying, all right? How convenient. And, of course, the reports were Obama was nowhere near the White House, of course. I mean, this guy was probably watching, from a TV somewhere in some freaking five-star, presidential suite in some hotel, probably getting bent over, done up the derriere by, Michelle Obama. Anyway, let's just move on, for Christ's sake. As a matter of fact, I don't want to get into a bad mood. It's a Baller Friday, and once again, the reason I, call this day Baller Friday, it's the day for the capitalists to bask on their weak success of conquering the world, folks, because every day that a capitalist wakes up, it's a hard day. It's survival, baby. I mean, if you want to carve out your own destiny as a capitalist, no one's going to give you anything. On the contrary, people are going to be cutting you off at the legs. They're going to be chopping you off at the knees, for Christ's sake. So every goddamn day you wake up, you've got to make sure that you're capitalizing. You got to make sure that you're making your world better. You're making your life better, so that days go by, every day is better and better, no matter at what pace. It doesn't have to be at a rapid pace. It can be at whatever pace necessary. Because remember, folks, just like everything, if you go up really fast, you're going to come down really fast. All right? I mean, it's as simple as that. Always remember that. Always remember that. And if you go up really fast and get acquainted and adjusted and used to a certain lifestyle that one day you can no longer sustain financially, and you start falling down financially, everybody that you ever knew is going to be laughing their asses off. They're going to be pointing their fingers at you, saying, these are the same people that you're going to probably have picked up the tab for lots of times. The same people that you probably had dinner with, that you invited over to your nice house, the whole 9 yards. That's just the fact of life. People just like to see people suffer. And it's that whole saying, hurt people love to hurt people. It's as simple as that. All right? It's like, and I hate to make this comparison, but we are on the internet. It's like trolls on the internet. I have a lot of experience with trolls and doxing and all that crap. I don't want to get into it, but what I've found in my research is that every troll doesn't start out as some, heartless, disgusting, trolling death RIP pages and, trolling innocent victims. They don't just start out like that. As a matter of fact, a good 90% plus of these trolls start out as the victim. And once they become the victim, then they become the victimizer. And that's why you have this perpetual venom within the troll community. I'm not saying every troll is, a venomous, disgusting, vile creature, but at the same time, there are a good portion of these people that will take a certain element of trolling into the real-life world and try to affect people's lives, which I don't believe is appropriate unless called for based upon certain, parameters that go into confrontation as opposed to stalking, or as opposed to lurking, as opposed to just doing something for the lulz. If you're doing something to prove something, well, then that's something else. But anyway, I don't want to get into that whole discussion. I just wanted to say, hurt people, all right? And you just have to remember that, and that's all there is to it. Don't be more of a capitalist than you actually are, is the freaking moral of that whole little soliloquy right there. Don't make your lifestyle more than you can sustain for a long period of time, because people are going to laugh their asses off at you, baby. Anyway, we're going to continue on with this Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. It's a free format edition. I want to hear from you. 516-453-9903 is the number to call. I'm taking calls here. We're talking about whatever you want to talk about. All right, and of course, if you're on hold, folks, make sure to push the number 1 if you haven't already done so that I know that you actually have something to say and actually want to be called upon on this Baller Friday edition. Let's go ahead and go back to the phone, shall we? How about area code 708? You're on the horn. What's going on this Baller Friday?
Hey, Ghost, what's up? It's G. How's your Baller Friday doing?
Hey, how's it going, G? Just kicking back, baby. I've got some Johnny Walker Blue Label over here sitting in the glass. I'm waiting to take a sip of it, but I'm in the midst of the show, so I haven't had an opportunity. How about you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm chilling with my family. My stepmom came over and brought over the baby. Just having a good time, eating some food, chilling on this Baller Friday. Just drinking.
That's the way it should be, basking in your success, man. Do you have anything you want to discuss this Baller Friday, man?
I guess I just want to discuss something like bro on bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to discuss because I like video games and anime. Do you like anime? And if you don't, then it's fine. It's just I'm wondering if you do or not.
No, I don't think that's a very good question to ask at this point in time. I had a horrific random Sunday show about anime, and I don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. As a matter of fact, that's a good time to start drinking some Johnny Walker Blue Label. Oh yeah. But anyway, thanks for the call, G. I really appreciate it, and hope you have a good Baller Friday. I hope everybody's having a good Baller Friday. Let me take a swig of this, and then we'll go back to the phones. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Now, look, I know I'm drinking some Johnny Walker Blue Label today because it's Baller Friday, for Christ's sake. I was drinking a lot of blue-collar brew, some beer for the past couple of days. And, I was chugging those. I do have to admit, I was looking back in the archive, and at the same time, I was walking home with a decent drunken stupor, to say the least. And, maybe I need to, cut back on that, but then again, maybe I don't. Anyway, let's go back to the phones on this Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio. It's free format. We're talking about anything that you want to talk about. Area code 573. What's going on?
Hey there, Ghost. This is Tricia.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What do you want to talk about, trans-testicle Tricia?
Talk about the bathroom laws.
The what?
The bathroom laws.
The bathhouse?
The bathroom laws.
Oh, the bathroom laws. Okay, what do you want to discuss about the bathroom laws?
Well, I think it's great. I think it's a great step for the trans-testicle community, and it's great for me personally because I can go to both bathrooms.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Get off of here. All right. And look, I don't want to discuss this into intentionally, for Christ's sake, because people are tired of this issue, and frankly, I don't blame you, all right? We shouldn't even be discussing this. But this is one of many red herring issues that the media and, of course, this liberal regime is trying to throw in the general public's face in an attempt to smokescreen what they're actually doing and their actual intent. And that does include bringing in these damn immigrants and these wild Yehudis from these battle-hardened Middle Eastern areas over here to this country. And just, I'm telling you, it's a recipe for disaster. Just take a look at Europe, for Christ's sake. But as I've stated, this trans-testicle, transgender bathroom law does not affect anyone, all right? This is a red herring issue. The people that have hijacked this issue are the lesbos, the gays, and the gender-fluid queers, the cross-dressers, and the transvestites, all right? Now, look, I know that's a lot to take in, especially if you're somebody that's not used to that ridiculous lifestyle. But what I'm suggesting is, folks, is that the actual transgendered community, the people that actually look like women, the males that, they always look, over-feminized in their physical features and over-feminized in their vernacular and their facial features and their physical attributes, so on and so forth. They decided, hey, look, I'm going to be a woman, whatever the case might be. They turn into one. They start actually looking like one. If they actually feel like, hey, look, I actually look like a woman, I can't go into the men's bathroom, so I'm going to go into the women's bathroom, no one's going to say a goddamn thing, all right? I mean, if that's what you're going to do and you look actually like a woman, you actually look like a woman. Hey, look, when I say cross-dressers and transvestites, once again, folks, there is a big difference, all right? If it doesn't look like a woman and you can basically see the man in whatever, whatever trans-testicle attempt dress that this individual is going to do, that's a transvestite, all right? If the man is coming out, all right, of the whatever attire, the charade of woman, it's a transvestite. Transvestites dress up like women, all right? They don't even shave their beards, they don't shave their arm. I mean, they look like men. They just dressing up like women because they get some kind of sick-ass sexual gratification from this kind of activity. I kid you not. I'm not kidding around. I mean, you have to know this, folks, okay? Because then, if you know this knowledge, then when you have some transgendered or some gay or somebody that's trying to debate you on this subject, you'll actually have some substance that you could throw back at these pieces of trash and say, look, now this law doesn't apply because, and you could say the transgendered, the genuine transgendered, the people that look like women aren't going to have a problem. They're actually, for the most part, are not the ones doing the rabble-rousing behind this whole stupid bathroom issue, man. It's the liberals, all right? It's the homosexuals. It's the lesbos, the people that have no business even talking about this issue, but because the whole community is LGBTQ, meaning lesbian, bisexual, which, well, give me a break with that term, bisexual. What, you mean you could just, switch teams, for Christ's sake? Give me a break. What is it, LGBT, whatever the hell, bisexual, the lesbos, gays, and gender-fluid queers, all right? These people have hijacked this bathroom issue so that they can continue to, social justice warrior, holier-than-thou themselves to some extent. So, look, I don't believe in this issue. And once again, folks, a man that just occasionally wants to look like a woman because he kind of does, and he puts some clown makeup on and a wig, and, you could tell it's a man, but it kind of looks like a Halloween costume type of a woman. That's a cross-dresser, folks, okay? FYI, that's a cross-dresser. the worst thing you can do to a transgender, and the reason I know this, there's a whole bunch of them walking around out here in Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is a freaking liberal hole out here, all right? But if you called an actual transgender, an actual female, or was it male to female transsexual, if you called them a transvestite or a crossdresser, it's literally like kicking them in their nuts. No pun intended. I'm serious. I mean, they do not like being called cross-dressers, especially cross-dressers. All right, so if you ever want to insult a tranny, all right, you can just say, you cross-dressing piece of... And they're going to be like, you motherfucker! Excuse my French, I'm just saying. Anyway, let's move on to the next subject matter. I don't want to talk about that too much. It's a stupid red herring issue, and it's pathetic. How about 518? You're on the horn. What do you want to discuss? Yeah, this isn't radio graffiti, Jagoff. 423. What do you want to discuss? Wait a minute. Get that asshole out of here. Get him out of here. That's that idiot Buzz Aldrin's grandson, for Christ's sake. Get out of here. Stupid Buzz Aldrin. How about 732? What's going on? You're on the horn.
Well, first off, happy Baller Friday.
How's it going, man? Happy Baller Friday.
Second thing I'd like to say is normally I would be very happy as a capitalist that another Marxist state is failing. In this case, it's Venezuela. But the problem I'm seeing with this is the West is still supporting Marxism. In fact, there's a Washington Post article that said something like 51% of America's youth do not support capitalism. And we still live in a day and age. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. I look back, you see all these social justice warriors saying stuff like, it's 2016. How the heck is there still racism? My personal thing is it's 2016. How the fuck is there still Marxism? It killed 100 million people last century, and there's still failing states today. And there's still these Bernie supporters. There's still these pro-communist people. It's absolutely insane.
I agree with you, and thank you for your call, sir. I've been on here since 2008 when I was broadcasting as True Conservative Radio and saying that this was a Marxist takeover, that this was a leftist takeover. And you can look back in those archives. They're all there. It's all documented. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And people were calling me up. Even fellow conservatives and Republicans were saying, oh, Ghost, you're loco. You're cuckoo. I mean, this isn't the 60s. This isn't the 70s. Marxism isn't around anymore. So on and so forth. And I said it, and I continue to say it, and I continue to say it to this day. And now that it's all coming to fruition, now that people are starting to see what is being exposed by these damn institutionalist bureaucrats that are all leftist, Marxist in nature, a lot of them Leninist, Maoist, for Christ's sake, now all of a sudden it's starting to come clear. And folks, the reason the youth doesn't like capitalism is because, folks, they're spoiled brats. All right? Many of them are a bunch of spoiled brats that came from upper middle to middle class families, a lot of them too from the higher classes, but many of them from the upper middle to middle, and they're pissed off that they can't get the freaking materials that they wish to attain through the traditional methods of going out working and saving for the son of a bitch. All right? That's basically the reasoning behind a lot of the youth and their leftist ideas. They want something for nothing. They don't want to work. They don't want to go out and actually put the initiative to get what they want. They've been given everything on a silver platter, folks. It goes back to the public education system. All right? For the past 30 years. All right? For the past 30 years, this public education system has been stroking the goddamn egos of these stupid little kids, regardless of their academic prowess, their abilities, their creativity, whatever the case might be. The public education system has been giving these goddamn dumbass little stupid snot-nosed kids stroke. All right? They've taken out the idea of dodgeball or any kind of physical contact little playtime activity. All right? I mean, you can't even play tag anymore, for Christ's sake, if anybody still remembers that stupid little silly game. Moreover, there's no more first, second, or third place. I mean, everybody's a winner. Everybody's work is great. Nobody's a failure. All this crap, all this over-bloviated, egotistical stroking crap And by the time these kids finally get into the goddamn real world, they can't take it. They can't believe it. They can't believe that they're going to have to actually work this hard. Moreover, they actually can't believe that no one gives two rats' asses what they have to say. I'm serious. They're pissed off that no one cares about what the hell they have to say. So why do you think they go into this group dynamic and, get together under this leftist moniker? Because then, they can scream at you and you have to hear what they say because they have a bunch of group. It's mob rule. When they bring the mob to you, you better listen or, they'll gang violent your ass. I mean, this is what it all comes down to. These are spoiled brats, spoiled snot-nosed brats, for Christ's sake. And it's an unfortunate byproduct of the success of America, to be honest with you. I mean, it is an unfortunate byproduct of the success of America. I mean, we had, a lot of the people within the middle class here within the 80s, 90s, and even into the 2000s bust their asses to support their families. And it goes to show that, when mom and dad or mom or dad itself, whoever busts their ass and gives these brats every single thing that they want, this is the consequence of that. You're seeing the byproduct of, you're not going to get me the game, Mommy? I'm going to cry. Mama. I'm serious. I mean, this is the consequence of giving all these brats everything they wanted. All the badass little Christmases, all the birthdays, all that stupid ego-stroking crap. That is the consequence of this leftism that is infuriating and dominating the psyche of the American youth today. And anybody who doesn't think so, once again, go and take a look at the youth of America today. They are stupid. They have no intelligence. All they know is group dynamics and regurgitation. I mean, I honestly believe that parrots are more intelligent than many of the youth today, for Christ's sake, because at least a parrot knows that it can regurgitate something that it's been told articulately the first time, every time. These idiots that are out here doing this leftist, liberal, communist, socialist group dynamic, every time that they're discussing and talking and regurgitating these lines that they were either told or taught or read, they can't even say them with any kind of authority because they're scared. They don't believe in them, for Christ's sake. They're stupid. They can't even sputter out the goddamn line that they're supposed to be saying 1,000 times. They can't even sputter it out without stumbling, mumbling like dumbass jerks, for Christ's sake. So once again, as I've suggested, I think that this whole leftist youth idea is pure spoiled brats. They're brats. All of them. All right? This is not a legitimate youth leftist movement. All right? These people are just spoiled brats. And I wish that, I wish somebody would take these kids into the goddamn woodshed, to be honest with you. I mean, that's all they need. Everybody needs a good beating every now and then. All right? And that's why these kids all, and look, haven't you noticed the most vocal, the most vile, people in these group leftist dynamics are the dumbest, ugliest, most unattractive, foul-looking people that you've ever seen, for Christ's sake. Nobody ever take them serious. Nobody ever took them serious in life. Now that they have this group dynamic of leftist mummies following them by 50, 75, 100, that's what gives these idiots now the courage to say whatever it is out of their goddamn suckholes. Jesus Christ. Anyway, thank you very much for calling. I really do appreciate that. Let's go back to the phones. It's a Baller Friday edition, free format style of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. 516-453-9903. Give me a call right now, and we'll see what you want to discuss. We're talking about anything you want to talk about. 269, what's going on? What do you want to discuss?
Ghost, first of all, happy Baller Friday.
Thank you, man. Happy Baller Friday.
I just want to say I'm proud to defy the stereotype of the youth of America being needy, greedy, snotty brats. I work for every penny I have. And I also wanted to say that, have you ever talked to a Hillary Clinton supporter?
Unfortunately, I talk to them all the time out here in Austin, Texas. It's pathetic, yes.
Well, it's really ridiculous because a lot of these people, at least the ones I've talked to, I'll ask them, how do you support such a soulless, just snobby, well, not really snobby, but just soulless, manipulating, cold piece of crap. But, and they tell me, well, it's because the Trump's racist and I can never support him. So I ask them, well, why exactly is he racist? What exactly has he said to, say that he's a racist? And they have never told me one thing he has said that would indict him as a racist. And it's pretty pathetic.
Well, I thank you, first of all, for calling, and congrats that you are breaking the stereotype of these goddamn young people who want everything given to them on a silver platter. Keep working, keep capitalizing, and, you will succeed, young man. But, look, it doesn't surprise me that the people that are supporting Hillary Rodham Clinton, when they make the assumption, or absolute lie, really, that Donald Trump is a racist, they are just regurgitating what the talking heads on the boob tube media said. These people have no attention spans to gather the information themselves and read it and absorb it. These people are zombies. They're on the sofa, just sitting there. They actually think that at one point Jon Stewart, that stupid piece of trash that I'm glad is, I don't know where he is, just stay there and get out of my face. I don't ever want to see you again, you fraudulent piece of trash. All right? I mean, is this guy the nephew of somebody? Is this guy the son of somebody? Because let me tell you, Jon Stewart, they have been trying to shove Jon Stewart down America's throat since the 80s. This guy has gotten more shots than anyone else in Hollywood, in my personal opinion. I don't know who this guy's blowing. I don't know who this is. Is he the son of somebody? All right. I mean, if he tongues Les Moonves, I don't know what he's doing. But let me tell you something. These people actually believe that this guy, when he was on the air, was a legitimate source of news gathering and information. All right. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. A bunch of idiots. All right. They're spoiled brats. The whole reason why the youth are a bunch of spoiled brats is because they never had to work for a goddamn thing. I mean, and I blame the education system. I blame the parents. I blame society. I blame the leftists that took control of this goddamn place. I blame everybody because this is why America needs to be made great again, and it needs to be made great again by the capitalist. And the man that has sparked this capitalist revolution, the man that has sparked and revived the politicalization of the people themselves, I'm talking about Donald Trump, is the man that has basically enlightened everyone that we can participate in this political process and make a difference. And once all of us started participating, all of a sudden these parties wanted to become a little totalitarian. And once we didn't resist, all right? Once we resisted and did not stop resisting, these idiots cracked. I mean, look at Reince Priebus bowing down now to Donald Trump. Look at all these idiots in the Republican Party bowing down to Donald Trump, because there is no way that these morons could have implemented any kind of totalitarian tactics to take away the nomination from Trump. This man is setting primary GOP voting records. More people have come out to a primary in the GOP. More people have come out for Donald Trump to vote for this man than any other candidate in history. So there's no way that these goddamn bureaucrats in the damn GOP could have bowed down. And this is why I'm telling you it is this important that this man is elected president. All right? This man is elected president so we can make America great again. I'm telling you, they're trying to scare you in the mainstream media about these tariffs that, Trump may or may not implement on China, on Mexico, on Japan, on South Korea, these sorts of things. Look, these are negotiating chips, all right? And let me tell you something. China is shaking in their boots, all right? I'm telling you, Roger Stone came out recently and said that he and the Trump campaign have actually talked to diplomats from China, and they're shaking in their boots at this idea that they are going to have a tariff be put upon their goods as it pertains to the exports to America, because that will stall their economy, man. That would basically turn whatever growth that China has in its economy into a Great Depression. And I'm telling you right now, the Chinese government, as precarious and as corrupt as the Chinese government is, the last thing it needs is a damn economic depression. And the only reason that it'll have an economic depression, folks, is because look at the trade deficit. We send over $500 billion a year into China. I mean, we created those cities that they are building like they're going out of style. We created the manufacturing base that's in China. We created that. And that's why I'm saying these tariffs, I mean, they are going to scare the bejesus out of the international community. Moreover, it's going to bring back a lot of the means of production, a lot of the manufacturing back to America, and we are going to make Made in America mean something again. And that's why it is so important to go and vote for this man, because this man has sparked a capitalist revolution. And that's his basis. That's the basis of his campaign, pure economics. And that's why he is so certain that not only can he turn around the economy and change it for a pro-American situation and bring everybody back to work and bring economic opportunities, but also pay down this debt, renegotiate trade deals, cut the freaking fraud and waste that's all over running rampant in this bureaucratic government. He can do it all, baby. Do you understand? Because he's a capitalist. That's what capitalists do. Remember, you have to think about, as a capitalist, you have to think about always making money. I mean, that's your job as a capitalist. You got to always make money. You can never stop making money. And in the process of making that money, you've got to manage that money. You got to understand finances. You got to understand how to, manipulate money. You got to understand certain financial instruments. You got to understand a lot of things. Well, as Trump is president, he doesn't have to make money. He's already got the money coming in. All Trump has to do is do what he does as a finance capitalist businessman and start maneuvering this money to start making the machinery, the system of America work for the people again. I mean, this isn't difficult, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I don't want to harsh my own mellow talking about this stuff, but I'm serious, folks. We all have to do whatever it takes. You, me, we're the new media right now. That's why we are actually influencing public opinion. You need to acknowledge your role in it. I've acknowledged my role in it, and I am calling on you, and I'm calling on the capitalist army. Every spare time that you have within your life, go out and create something, all right? Create a blog, create a vlog, for Christ's sake. I mean, I retweeted a Paul Joseph Watson video where he describes how the Pope, what we talked about earlier in the broadcast, the Pope compared ISIS to Jesus and his disciples. I mean, that is a perfect example of utilizing video as a way to convey information. We need as many of these as we possibly can, because I'm telling you, folks, we need to put these in the faces of these idiots, all right, so they can't deny it, so that the information is everywhere. It's in their face. They can't deny it. They can't be like a horse in Central Park where they put the damn masks on their eyes so they can block their periphery. They can't do that any longer. That's why I'm calling on you, all right? I'm calling on you, even if it's as little as retweeting something, even if it's as little as reposting a news article. All right, use your sphere of influence, whether it's in social media, whether it's in your own personal life, to make sure that you get the truth out so that these people can stop living in a goddamn fantasy land, for Christ's sake. We are the new media, folks, and if you don't start participating, just as they've been doing for the past 30-some-odd years, the bureaucrats are going to take over and sell out our country to these international bureaucracies, and that is what has happened today. Jesus Christ. Give me my drink. I'm going to take a swig of this Johnny Walker Blue Label, then I'm going to go ahead and take some Twitter shout-outs, folks. So, cheers to the capitalist army, cheers to the Trump train, and cheers to the man who sparked the capitalist revolution. And I'm talking about Donald Trump. Cheers, baby. I'm telling you, every time you take a little bit of taste of that Johnny Walker Blue Label, it makes all the bad feelings go away, baby. Happy Baller Friday to the folks that are listening to me right now on the internet. Once again, if you want a Twitter shout-out, all you've got to do is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. The Twitter account is PoliticsGhost, all one word, no underscores, PoliticsGhost, and retweet the first tweet that says, True Capitalist Radio now live. True Capitalist Radio now live. All right, so go ahead. Let me see. Do we have any Twitter shout-outs to be had here, engineer? All right, we've got a few Twitter shout-outs, and we're going to go ahead and get to them right now. All right, let's see who we have here. And look, I can already see there's going to be some trolls once again, for Christ's sake. Anyway, we got Green Leader in the house. We've got Can-Crushing Crusader. I appreciate Ghost. Ghost is the best. Hey, these are pretty good. There you go, huh? I can get used to those, for Christ's sake. We've got, Jesus Christ, Texas Fartnadoes, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Jesus Christ. We've got Osama bin Ted Cruz. We've got Torzir in the house. We've got Embankments, Exara Hawks in the house. Mind Blown Cobain, that's horrible, asshole, that's just horrible. Mount St. Gosens. Oh, Jesus Christ. John S.K. Woe in the house. The Cancer. You stupid trolls. Capitalist UK in the house. Texas drowning into... No, let's not start with the rain crap, all right? All right, it was a fairly decent day today compared to others, all right? So just stop it now. We've got Sergeant Yoda in the place. We've got hailing cabs in Texas. Shove it up your ass. Look, I'm not acknowledging you idiots. You're not going to ruin my Baller Friday. All right, I'm having a great time here. It's a free format edition. I don't need you troll terrorist pieces of nipple clamp loving, butt plug up the ass looking, belch breathing jerk dicks to sit here and try to harsh my mellow. I'm not letting you do it, boy. I'm not letting you do it. Anyway, let's go back to the Twitter shout-outs. We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name for Christ's sake. We've got Ghost Got Shrimp Back. Yeah, real funny asshole. Sons of the Harpy, you stupid dumb assholes. Make America So Great. You're damn right. We need to make America great again is right. We've got Egyptian Bonfire. Oh, that's just horrible. Come on, man. That's horrible. Anyway, who else do we got going on over here? We've got Politics Nep, Cans.wave in the house, Botch Specialist, Ice Cream for Ghost, Jesus Christ, Seventh Plague Texas. Jesus Christ, you guys are heartless bastards. Now, let me tell you something right now. I guarantee each and every one of you little fruit bowls that are talking garbage about Texas, you wouldn't step 1 foot down here talking that garbage. I guarantee you wouldn't, boy. I guarantee it. Anyway, we've got the Whore Master. Oh, yes, I am the Whore Master. Jesus Christ. We've got Angry Manju, Texas Atlantis. Yeah, real funny asshole. Look, let me tell you something. Even though HARP tried to come at us with all those goddamn rains, baby, we're still alive, baby. We're brushing our shoulders off, baby. We are hardcore down here in Texas, baby. Hardcore. Anyway, we've got Egypt Air Pool Party. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell's wrong with you people? We've got the Age Giraffe. Razors 360 in the house. We've got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name. We got Artron Havoc in the place. The Brony Network getting infested by bronies, for Christ's sake. We're only going to take a couple of more, for Christ's sake, because I'm telling you, the last thing I want to read anymore is these goddamn freaking pathetic, heartless, soulless rain jokes, hailing jokes, and all that other crap. All right? I don't appreciate it one goddamn bit. Anyway, let's take a couple of more here. We got Falco in the house. Who else do we got here? We got Mr. Anderson, Kentucky Fried Chicken Piss. We've got Free Zorg in the house. What's going on? We've got Hazel J in the place. Manhood Magic in the house. We've got Katrina Ate My House. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. That's just horrible. Anyway, we've got Hans Govensmitz. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just can't say some of these, man. Some of you are heartless here, man. Jesus Christ, man. I look at some of these goddamn names. I mean, no wonder these bureaucrats have taken control and taken so much goddamn bureaucratic power. No wonder. Right-wing tohu. Oh, that's great. We got Egyptian magician. Oh, freaking Christ, man. Enough of the Egyptian jokes, man. We've got Based Loler in the house. Venezuela smorgasbord. Man, that's fun. I'm sorry, man. I did not mean to laugh at that. That was Venezuela smorgasbord. Oh, that's pretty funny. I'm sorry. That's not funny. Excuse me. It's sorry. What's happening in Venezuela is a tragedy. They're eating their dogs and cats. I mean, they're smorgasbord. That's horrible. You see, you trolls. You see what I'm saying? You see how these trolls will sink you down into the bowels of their psyche, for Christ's sake? They're troll terrorists, man. They're cyber vermin. I'm telling you, they will bring you down to the bowels of their goddamn psyche, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm going to take just a couple more Twitter shout-outs, and then we're going to move on to the Baller Friday free format edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, folks, make sure you give me a call here, 516-453-9903. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. All right, let's go ahead and take a couple more of these, and then we're going to move on. We got Taco Capitalist in the house. Swim like an Egyptian. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, my God. We got Electric Fence in the house. What's going on to Electric Fence? Long time no see, my man. We got Pipes in the house. What's going on? We've got Antonian Salepia. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you see this? Do you see the type of sick-ass, freak show, twisted, troll terrorist, cyber vermin, goddamn creativity that goes into this crap? Good God. We got Molested Farm Boy. That's quaint. We got Finchy Bird 99 in the house. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. God's own coward. Oh, my God. I'm just telling you, just looking at these, man, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. How do you people sleep at night, for Christ's sake, man? What, do you have Ted Cruz's preacher or something? Huh? Do you go to the Ted Cruz's preacher every Sunday and get some act of contrition by throwing a couple of dollars in a goddamn basket or some crap? Jesus Christ. And on that note, look at this. Here's Cruz Dresser, for Christ's sake. Who else do we got? We got Mer Mayhem in the house. Mer Mayhem. Oh, that's real funny. That's real. Stupid asshole. Japanese Mutants in the place. Billy Bogan in the house. Jimmy John Jones in the house. We've got. Jesus Christ. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. Jesus Christ. Blackocrat poop. Blackocrat poop. All right, that's enough. Get this crap. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. Do you hear the sickness that's infecting this damn fiber optically connected world that we call the goddamn internet, for Christ's sake? It's sick, man. It's freaking sick. It's sick. Anyway, folks, we are now in, 6 minutes into the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. I'd like for you to please spread it around like wildfire that True Capitalist Radio is in effect in the house right now. We are live every 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So go ahead and spread it around like wildfire, folks. We got all kinds of buttons that are right in front of you, right in front of your face, right next to the player in front of you, folks. All right, all kinds of Facebook like buttons, all right, retweet this buttons, all right, social media buttons, all kinds of little buttons right there. Use and abuse those buttons, baby, all right? It's just a freaking click, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. And if you haven't already done so, please follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get back to the phones here. It is a free format edition, Baller Friday show of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Let's go back to the phone, shall we? We've got area code 813. You're on the horn. What do you got to say?
Hey, Ghost, what's up? It's Metroid Junkie.
How you doing, Metroid?
I'm doing good. Last week, to celebrate the release of Doom, I actually announced a new level for the Ghost Capitalist Chaos game called Pony Hell. It's basically a mix of My Little Pony with Doom, so it's basically that little pony village, but hellified. I'm actually working on the concept of another one where you fight bureaucrats. I thought robots would be good for them because, they're already cold, heartless, calculating machines, so I figured it would work well. What Capitol building do you think I should use for that? I'm wondering what kind of location I should use. What Capitol building makes you think this is a nest for bureaucrats? This is the heart and soul of bureaucrats.
Oh, Jesus. I think that any building, any government building, unfortunately, is a nest for bureaucrats, unfortunately, man. I mean, one doesn't really stand out to me at all. Anyway, I want to thank you for calling in. Hey, Metroid Junkie, make sure to check out his little game out there, man. He's actually been producing that for some time. Much props to Metroid Junkie, by the way. We encourage all kinds of interaction, all kinds of creativity as it relates to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, so by all means, baby. 334, you're on the horn. What do you have to say today?
Hey, I'm calling out Fort Worth, and I just wanted to get your opinion on the rumors that Oklahoma might be joining the SEC sometime.
Oh, man, you're talking about college football?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't have time for football anymore, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a Longhorns fan, but the Longhorns have been, sucking the chrome off of a 57 Chevy bumper as of late. And moreover, I just don't have time for it anymore. I lost my appetite for football ever since I realized that the government has merged with the NFL to utilize the NFL as a propaganda machine. And moreover, it even says on the tickets, and you can look that up online, that, what you're watching when you go to these football games is the equivalent of wrestling at this point. So it's no longer about competition. And moreover, I really don't agree with college sports anymore because I believe that you have a lot of college athletes that are bashing their brains in, literally, while these damn freaking universities make billions of dollars marketing these sports, these athletes, their brands, their all kinds of merchandise, their school, so on and so forth. So that's a good question, man. I mean, once again, I do have my team, but I don't really follow too much football, baseball, basketball. I don't follow that anymore. What I do follow, though, is the fighting sports. I do like watch fighting sports. I do like seeing people getting beat up and getting their heads bashed in and that sort of thing on a gladiatorial level, like a gladiator, not looking at World Star hip hop fights where it's a bunch of sucker punches and gang ups and group fights and, all that crap. Anyway, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Let's continue going. 937, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, Ghost, I'd like to give a shout-out to everyone at SciTube. Second of all, I'd like to ask you two questions.
Go ahead.
So the first question is, why do you think the U.S. is trying to antagonize China and Russia into another war?
Okay, and what's the second question?
What do you think China would do if Trump were to get elected?
All right, well, thank you very much for your question. First off, I alluded to this yesterday, that this is a foreign policy being pursued by Zbigniew Brzezinski. All right, now this is why Obama, in my personal opinion, I don't think that he really knows what he's doing. He's more drunk with power as it relates to destroying America and doing what he's doing to the domestic front, while at the same time obliging whatever it is that these international bureaucrats want to do on a global front. Now, the global bureaucracy that is in charge, has these, think tanks, these people, these policymakers, these so-called pseudo-technocrat intellectuals, the Henry Kissingers, the Bill Kristols, the Zbigniew Brzezinskis in this case. Now, right now, the foreign policy being followed by Obama is pure Zbigniew Brzezinski. I mean, he wrote about this in the 70s. I mean, literally, if you haven't read his book, read his books. He talks about this in vivid form on what the United States should do. And basically, the reason that they want a confrontation with China and Russia is to solidify the Anglo-American British domination of the world for the next 100 years. And I know that sounds silly, but that's what these idiot policymakers actually believe. I mean, they want to dominate the world, and they don't want the threat of China and Russia to be any kind of a viable threat. So they feel that, why don't we just confront them now and have the battle, and then we'll see who actually controls the world. Now, what China will do when Trump gets to power, I think China's going to be scared shitless, because all Trump has to do is say, hey, look, you either renegotiate these trade deals, and basically what he's going to ask China to do is stop manipulating their currency, first and foremost, and if they don't want that much or if any kind of a tariff on their goods coming into America, then they need to stop tariffing our goods when we want to sell to their market. I mean, there's 1 billion people in that market, folks, and let me tell you, not all of them are making money, but a good portion of them are making money. I mean, just the proof in it is the amount of money the entertainment industry is making off China. You know that Hollywood now no longer makes movies for America because America is not the biggest market any longer. It's China. You understand that? They could release a damn movie, they could release a damn DVD in China and make a filthy fortune, for Christ's sake. That dwarfs the American market. And that's what Trump is talking about. He's like, look, you want to play fair, we'll play fair, all right? I mean, but you cannot continue to believe, China, that you're going to go and continue to have this no tariff policy with America. We consume all your goods. We send you over $500 billion a year of our money in consumption, and you give us nothing. You give us nothing, and that's just not going to happen anymore in a Trump administration. And let me tell you, the reason China will crack is because if they try to get uppity, these idiots are going to fall into a Great Depression that they politically cannot afford. You understand? Because as much as the people of China love China, they love the unification of China once Mao Zedong took over, they don't like the fact that they're able to make money. Believe it or not, the Chinese people, they're making money now, and now they're starting to ask for their freedoms. Now that money is being made and they want to, partake in certain things that they've observed the elite communist government partake in, because these are the people that are the billionaires in China. They're all the communist government. They're all related to the assholes that fought with Mao Zedong in the freaking 10,000-mile march in World War II, all right? I mean, these are their descendants. These are the billionaires out there. And now that the Chinese general public is making money, they want to start living lavish. They want to live like capitalists. That's why, as a capitalist, when you advocate capitalism, all right, even in a situation like China, where it's totalitarianism, it's authoritarianism, because China allowed these people to go and actually partake in making money, where whatever labor they expound, they're actually going to get a wage for. They created the foundation for freedom. You see, capitalism, regardless if a totalitarian regime doesn't want it to happen, if they give the people a little bit of economic freedom, they're going to demand social freedom. They're going to demand political freedom, because the essence of capitalism is freedom. And that's why I am an advocate for capitalism. I will be a capitalist until the day I die, because capitalism is the definition of freedom. It gives one the opportunity and the essence of carving out whatever their dreams, whatever they foresee their futures out to be. It gives you plenty of options, plenty of opportunity, plenty of freedom to use the tools necessary that are mental, that are physical, that are emotional. All these things combined so that you can make whatever it is that you believe is the great life a reality. And that's what capitalism is all about. Anyway, thank you for your call. We're taking more callers here. How about 240? You're on the horn. What do you want to discuss?
Hey, Bill. You there? Can you hear me?
How you doing?
I want to talk about two things. First thing, I want to get your opinion on Jimmy Carter. The left seems to be putting him on a pedestal. I have no idea why. I've heard he's worse than Obama from my father, but I'm still not sure about that. Second question I have is what we can do to further the Trump campaign. I know most of these people are not doing anything. They're just, as you put it, whacking their pecker shafts or watching anime or something like that shit. But I was wondering what we can do to further the Trump campaign, like get the word out about Trump. Because it's
all right, very, very, very good question. I didn't mean to cut you off. Very good questions. First of all, Jimmy Carter is a prick, okay, first and foremost. This guy was, if Obama had never been in existence, Jimmy Carter is probably the worst president in American history. Now, I'm going to suggest that Obama is at this point in time, because the damage that Jimmy Carter did to America, I mean, it is minute in comparison as it relates to what Obama has done to this country, all right? Now, I don't want to get into the history of Jimmy Carter, but the reason the left puts him on such a pedestal is because this idiot knew he was such an incompetent idiot moron as the president that he decided thereafter, after his presidency, to devote his life to the supposed leftist causes. And every time you saw a camera in Jimmy Carter's face, he was always doing something charitable. He was always doing something diplomatic. Many times you see this old piece of trash, for Habitat for Humanity, building houses for the PO. This is why the left worships Jimmy Carter, even though his presidency was an utter disaster, all right? But that's why they do it, because they still think that, hey, look, that's Jimmy Carter. Look at that guy. He really believes he's a leftist. Look at him. He's helping the poor. Look, that's why. And secondly, what can the youth do? I've been suggesting that the youth needs to go out and do whatever it takes, create things. This is the internet's. Create memes that make fun of the opposition. All right? Create memes that make fun of, bureaucratic international institutions like the European Union, the United Nations. Make memes against those that are leftist totalitarian bureaucrats. All right? Write blogs, investigate, and put those investigations into actual media form. All right. If you actually have some knowledge on your investigative work, rather, and you're not that good of a writer, try to express it via video, via audio, whatever the case might be. All right. Especially young people, man. This is your time here. You can actually participate in this damn process and actually have an impact. What this campaign is representing It is representing a new style of presidential campaigning, a whole new style of political campaigning in general. And that's the internet, folks. And that's the power of the grassroots internet, the power of the people. Those people that support whatever candidate, all right, and if they genuinely believe that candidate's message and they genuinely believe that damn candidate is going to do what he says, they're going to come out on the internet and they're going to spread the word like wildfire. And that's what you need to do. If you want to help the Trump train, then do those things. Try to dispel the lies. Dispel the absolute lies that are being regurgitated by these mindless morons, that Trump is a racist, that Trump hates women, that Trump this, Trump that. I mean, that's one thing. Second thing is go out and if you have any kind of influence within a damn social media network, post news articles, all right? Spread the word. I mean, remember, you are a vehicle now for information, all right? And if you don't utilize your power, it doesn't matter how small it is, even if you got 2 people following you. If those 2 people genuinely follow you and watch what you post, if you post things that will give them a new outlook on their perspective, will enlighten them on the truth, you are actually shaping conscience. You're shaping the conscience of people. All right? You're fashioning public opinion. And that's why this is so important, folks. That's why whatever you are doing is so important. Retweet, post news articles, write blogs, make videos, make audio, make memes, make graphics, all right? Make drawings and digitize them, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, make posters, whatever the case might be. Look at Ben Garrison and his political cartoons. I mean, there are many ways that you can actually make an impact and actually affect the shaping of public opinion. This is the new media, and you and I are a part of it. We're a part of it, man. You, especially you, even though you think you don't have any part to do with it, if you've got a social media account, if you've got people that you talk to on a consistent basis on the internet, if you patronize a goddamn chat room, a forum post on a consistent basis, for Christ's sake, you have the ability to fashion public opinion. So that's why I'm saying, folks, don't let your freedom, while we still have it, because believe me, you've got all these federal agencies wanting to regulate this internet. You've got all these bureaucrats wanting to stop the free flow of this information in general. And that's why you've got to participate in your free speech while we still have it. You've got to participate in the political process while we still have the freedom to do so. And by God, you've got to be a capitalist. Because without capitalism, you're a serf, or at best, you're a slave. And that's all there is to it. Anyway, folks, let's continue going here. I want to talk about what you want to talk about on this Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. 516-453-9903 is the number to call. We're taking calls here. 239, you're on the horn. What do you want to discuss?
Hey, Ghost, happy Baller Friday. Real quick, shout out
thanks
to the
a lot, man. Happy Baller Friday to you, too. Go ahead. Sorry, man.
Wait, I just wanted to ask you a question. I just wanted your opinion on something. Because I know you always talk about, you talked about the YouTube stars and whatnot and how your dislike for them, and with the media as well. So I was just curious, what's your opinion on the media outlets that have taken to YouTube, like Young Turks, and I think there's another one called The Blaze. Just wanted your opinion on those.
Well, first of all, the Young Turks are a joke. I don't know who's funding these people, but it's an utter joke. And not to mention the feeble the feeble hits that they have acquired over the years were purchased through constant advertising. All right, first and foremost. Secondly, The Blaze, they're about to go under, for Christ's sake. I mean, they are literally crashing and burning. And no one wants to take them. They were actually a network that was supposed to be on cable television. They can barely keep that up, let alone produce enough content to make themselves relevant to be a network. So I don't blame them for going to YouTube. I'm not saying YouTube is a bad arena, but it is ran by Google, folks. And once again, you saw yesterday that they were, what was it, on Google's homepage, they were promoting some, freaking ex-Maoist Leninist that converted to Sunni Islam that praised Osama bin Laden, cream of some young whore, whatever the hell her name was. You see, they can do that, folks, but the problem is if you become too dependent on such a politically motivated corporation like Google, they can take your bread and butter right from under you. So let's just say the Blaze basically bounces back after their gums have been bleeding trying to go on cable television, and they bounce back via YouTube, and they get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views every goddamn piece of content that they throw out. Well, let's just say they ruffle the feathers of the politics of Google, and Google just doesn't like what they're doing. Google can just basically take their channel from them, and all that money that they were expecting to generate as it relates to those advertisements and all the methods of generating revenue via YouTube, they could just take that right from under you, no problem. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, once the Blaze expects a certain amount of revenue to come in every month, that's when Google has the power over you to basically control your narrative. And I think, in my personal opinion, that's what they're doing now as it relates to these stupid YouTube stars. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick and tired of hearing about these people. I'm sick and tired of YouTube trying to shove them down my hole, for Christ's sake. But the reason they're doing it is because they are getting to them so that they can shape the narrative of what's entertainment as it relates to YouTube-based entertainment, what the narrative is as it relates to the face of the entertainment, so on and so forth. So I don't like YouTube and these big corporations that allow these avenues of communication for folk, because once somebody of any kind of influence gets a gathering or gets a following on these big corporate platforms, once that corporate platform disagrees with them on a political subject matter, they could just snag that damn channel, snag that damn account right from under them, and all the anticipated revenues that were anticipated from the content that was created is no longer there. And that's just very unfair to content creators. And I think it's very unfair that, the more days go by on this internet, the less and less content avenues, free content avenues for individual content creators to find. A lot of these damn content creator operations are all a bunch of corporate pieces of trash. All right, now, nothing wrong with corporations, but once again, a lot of these corporations on the tech side are on the left of the political persuasion, and the reason they're on the left of the political persuasion because they got bailed out during stimulus package 2. All right, they got money, for Christ's sake, during the Great Recession, straight from Obama. So, of course, they're going to be loyal to the left, for Christ's sake. So, once again, it's not the fact that I hate YouTube and YouTube, I just hate the whole idea of what YouTube is trying to do to everybody's narrative. All right, I'm serious. I mean, they'll take you down if they do not agree with your political narrative, and they will threaten to take away your livelihood if you actually depend on that crap for freaking paying your rent. And that's what they have over you, and I don't think that's fair. I think that's garbage. All right, and that's why I don't like them, for Christ's sake. I have a good relationship here with Blog Talk Radio, and to be honest with you, they appreciate my content. I appreciate their services, and that's all there is to it. All right, I mean, they may not agree, obviously, with any of the things or many of the things or any of the things that I say, but regardless, I mean, they are not going to impugn upon my freedom to do so unless I'm, freaking threatening violence upon somebody or, doing something that would violate anyone's terms of agreement, terms of service. So that's what I'm talking about, folks. I mean, this is why everybody tells me, oh, you should go to YouTube. You should go over here. You should go over there. Yeah, you have to understand. Once you go over there, once you go over to a certain area, you give your content to these people. And look, I don't mean to be plugging Blog Talk Radio here, but I own my content here on Blog Talk Radio. I own my content on Blog Talk Radio. You don't own your content on YouTube, all right? They say you do, But you just wait, all right? I mean, if it's economically convenient for them to show your content when they ban you as, for any reason, they'll do it. And moreover, never have I had, Blog Talk Radio hold over my head this show. Never. I mean, I think one time they may have pulled me off the air because I was going off keister or something. But that got all resolved and everything's all good. Never had a problem one bit, for Christ's sake, all right? That's all there is to it. And not to mention, Blog Talk Radio is privately owned, so... All right, it's enough of plugging Blog Talk Radio. Let's go on to another caller here. I'm going to take a couple of more callers, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to Radio Graffiti, but I definitely want to take a few more callers because we got the lines lit up, baby. All right, thank you for your call, by the way. That was a pretty good call. How about 269? You're on the horn.
Hey, Ghost. This is MLP from the Horse Race again. We wanted to ask collectively if you owned any guns. If you have more than one.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yes, I own guns. I own lots of guns. All right? I own a whole bunch of guns. I walk around with guns, on me. I'm not kidding around. I mean, now in Texas, folks, you can walk around with a freaking rifle strapped on your freaking back, all right? Now, granted, you've got people out here in Texas that, that are private businesses, that there's a sign saying we don't want your open-carried gun in here. You can't carry it. But, man, let me tell you, in Texas, baby, if I wanted to walk around, which I do at times, baby, believe me, if I wanted to walk around out here or anywhere in Texas with a goddamn rifle over my shoulder just walking around chilling, I have my legal right in Texas to do so, all right? That's why I have guns everywhere now. There's no BS around. Now that you can show them off, because open carry, that's what it means. You can show them off. Like, you can have a handgun, right on your holster there like a damn cop does, and, it's legal. It's legal out here in Texas, man, and let me tell you, the only crimes that you have now out here in Texas are more like thievery and burglary type crimes, for Christ's sake. You're not going to see any of these freak show ass shootings, for Christ's sake. These mass shootings happening over here, because I guarantee you, everybody, at least I don't know about in Austin, Texas, but in other parts of Texas that I patronize, a good 80 to 70% of the people are all walking around strapped, baby. All right, and I love it. I love every minute. That's why I'm in Texas, baby. Anyway, thank you for your question, and I appreciate it. How about 419? You're on the horn. What do you want to discuss?
Ghost, this is Embachments. How you doing?
How you doing?
Not too bad. Happy Baller Friday, first off. Now,
thanks, man.
You said, hey, no problem. The Pope, you said that ISIS is the disciples of Jesus, right?
No, the Pope said that ISIS could be compared to Jesus sending out his disciples onto the world.
Okay, that makes up my thing then. But what I find ironic was after Donald Trump made his speech at the NRA thing, do you think it was just some really salty Democrat that decided to shoot a gun off Washington, D.C., to spark some kind of media?
What was that again? I didn't get to the last part of your question. Say that again.
I'm sorry. Do you think some Democrat just got really upset at Donald Trump endorsing the NRA, so he just walked outside with his gun shot in the air just to spark some kind of media to get attention focused on that?
No, actually, I believe that, in my personal opinion, this is rather too convenient for even that scenario to happen. One of the capitalist army, I do want to, I think his name is President Bryan, I believe is his name. I want to give him the proper credit. He was monitoring the scanners of Washington, D.C., and according to him, he heard that there was a gunman, one down and gunman was down from what the scanners are saying, but I don't know. I haven't been around the media as of late. I've been doing the show. I don't know what the media reports are, but I find it rather convenient that right after the NRA speech and the endorsement of the NRA for Trump, this crap happens right by the White House. All the media has to cover it, for Christ's sake. I wouldn't be surprised if Obama comes out and, puts another pepper-laced finger in his eye and cries again, for Christ's sake. I mean, what a joke. What a joke, this man. And let me tell you, I believe it's a false flag. I believe that this government does this to try to, juice the emotion and try to push forth legislation. I mean, this is no different than what, Hitler did with the Reichstag. And moreover, folks, we do have to remember that it is now legal, I think, since 2011, 2009? I forgot when it was. Now that the CIA and the government can put out news reports as legitimate news, when in actuality they're nothing more than propaganda pieces. All right, I mean this is legal now in the country, and that's what I believe. A lot of these things that are on the news they're propaganda pieces. All right, now once again, I strongly advise people to look into the Sandy Hook shooting, and I know people are going to be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're one of those." Hey, look, you have to look through the exact evidence. And when you find deception, not just once, but on many different, if not hundreds of different pieces of evidence are inconsistent with what the story goes, well then, by God, there is something afoot, all right? And let me tell you, if you haven't already done so, please watch We Have to Talk About Sandy Hook. It's a very long documentary going over every piece of detail that shows that what happened at Sandy Hook was not what they said was happened at Sandy Hook. All right? I'm not kidding around. I'm not joking. Okay? Now, I know people may want to sit here and deny it. That's fine. You go ahead and deny it all you want to. But you have to realize that there is a tremendous effort, not just by our law makers, but the people that they control. The lawmakers are directing these types of false flags so that they can induce and fashion public opinion into believing that it's okay to just go ahead and take away your Second Amendment of your Constitution. That's what all this is about. And for, this shooting happened right after Donald Trump's NRA speech is just too damn convenient for it to be a coincidence, all right? And, of course, Obama was nowhere near the damn White House. I don't know where the hell he was. Like I said, he was probably in a presidential suite somewhere, getting bent over by Michelle, having a good time watching it on television. But as I've stated, folks, I think it's rather convenient, and I don't believe one bit that, this shooting is just miraculously, a spontaneous action. All right, they are trying to shape the narrative to people's heads that guns are dangerous, guns are bad, we got to take them away. If we take away guns, it'll be a safe society. Take a look at Europe, all right? Take a look at how safe Europe is, for Christ's sake. You don't think that the Germans wish they had guns out there? The Yehudis have the guns now. The wild Yehudis have the guns, for Christ's sake. You don't think that the French wish they had the guns? And like I said, when you outlaw the guns, the only people that have the guns are the outlaws. Jesus Christ. Wake up, idiots. Don't be fooled by this crap. Don't be fooled by the propaganda on the mainstream media. Question everything. Question everything. Because if you don't, you're a damn fool. If you don't, you're a damn sheep. If you don't, you're a damn lab rat waiting for your next food pellet. And who the hell knows if it's even going to be there, boy. Take a look at Venezuela. Take a look at what happens when a whole population of people bows down and gives the authority of the GDP, of the gross domestic product, of all the money that the country generates to a bunch of bureaucrats. All right? Venezuela. And, I've got jerk dicks that are actually tweeting at me saying, this actually wouldn't have happened in democratic socialism. What do you think that was, you idiot? What do you think that was? They elected Hugo Chavez, right? They elected this freaking Nicolas Maduro, for Christ's sake. What do you think that is, you stupid, ignorant pieces of trash, for Christ's sake? God damn, you political romanticists have a mental disorder, for Christ's sake. You refuse to live in reality. And once again, I blame the public education system for stroking your little stupid pop-faced, pimple-faced egos, for Christ's sake. Makes me sick. Makes me sick to my stomach, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, that's about it, for Christ's sake. I want to say thank you for tuning in with me on this Baller Friday free format edition. We had a lot of pretty good questions, and we may continue with the questions on the post-show third hour of the True Capitalist Radio Show. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to transition to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about radiography. That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you have to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your Skype name or on your area code, you have exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. You understand that? And look, don't be a Helen Keller deaf mute. And please chill out on all the rain jokes, please, all right? Don't harsh my mellow on this Baller Friday. And once again, we're going to continue with the Baller Friday free format edition on the post-show third hour. So make sure that you're on the line waiting and listening. And, of course, if you want to be called upon and you're on the hold, push the number 1 so I know that you want to be called on. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti right now. All right, let's go ahead and get to the top. How about we go with 949 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, I actually had something I wanted to discuss on the third hour, so can you keep me on the line?
All right, definitely will, but just push number 1 so you can be off the queue, and then once the third hour happens, that's when you can push the number 1 back. Thank you. Anyway, 606 Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ. No Helen Keller deaf mutes, please. How about, who else do we got? How about 630 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, I just want to say happy Baller Friday, and maybe in the third hour, can I share this phony football internet butt stalker story?
Yeah, we sure can, man. All right, just stay on the line. We'll make sure to do that. Who else do we got? We got D-Man, Radio Graffiti.
This is a fun place to be, oh, yeah. The food is tasty, too yum. Let's go, play, oh, let's be friends, oh, fun time bingo. Time to play some
Jesus Christ, what the hell is that supposed to be? 773 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, Manhood Magic here. Happy Baller Friday. Just want to give a quick shout-out to my little brother who actually just graduated. And a shout-out to the engineer as well. You're doing a great show. Keep up the great work. Please keep me on the line for the third hour.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Just push the number 1. Hey, they gave you a shout-out, engineer. He's pretty happy about it. 973 Radio Graffiti.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Goodbye. 502 Radio Graffiti.
I'm drinking Johnny Flyer, Egyptian seawater. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's just heartless. You bastard. You troll terrorist bastard, man. Good God, man. Heartless freaks, man. Anyway, we got Cave Johnson, Radio Graffiti.
Are you tired of feeling like a man and going into the men's bathroom? Or are you feeling like a woman but keep getting questioned because of your dick and the size of the Adam's apple? Do you wish to have breasts? Introducing the Booby Seeds, the instant breast growth seeds on a patch. Just apply the patches to your chest and add water, then go to bed. When you wake up, you will have breasts the size of grapefruits. And if you don't want your breasts anymore, simply squeeze the milk out of them before you go to bed, and your breasts will turn to male form. And if you call now at 516-453-9903, we'll throw in the dick chipper, as heard on True Capitalist Radio. Our client Ghost not only removes his penis with the dick chipper, but he also throws male children in there to turn them into gender fluids and trans testicles. A perfect
Get, shut him up! Get that crap out of here, for Christ's sake, you son of a bitch! Jesus Christ with these sick-ass trolls. 940 Radio Graffiti.
We need to help Grand Wizard Ghost support his space program to get engineered to the moon. We need to make him the real star of the show.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm the talent boy. You understand that? The engineer has his job. Right? Ain't that right, engineer? He has his damn job, for Christ's sake. We got Skeletor Skype, Radio Graffiti.
Yeah.
Fuck my wife.
Woo! Tyrone up in this bitch.
You son of a bitch. You son of a goddamn bitch. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you about my goddamn... Piece of crap! What did I tell you? What did I tell all of you, boy? Don't talk about my goddamn family! I'm telling you, you keep this up. You keep this crap up. And I got 2 words for you, stupid, sorry sacks of crap. Punitive damages, baby. Punitive damages! Son of a bitch. Here, give me the mic. Give me my mic. Give me the mic. Give me that freaking mic. Son of a bitches. I'm warning you, or I'm warning all you dumbass trolls, boy. 813 Radio Graffiti.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe tornado warning for the following counties. Travis, the host of True Capitalist Radio, has just been enraged by a dank troll, and the results of his theory are now spiraling out of control. Board your windows and start praying to your respective gods, because there is no hope for any of you surviving this catastrophe.
You son of a bitch. Just shut up. Just shut up with that crap already, all right? Son of a bitch. Where the hell did you get that operator sounding cunt? Jesus Christ. Sorry, excuse my French, folks. I didn't mean to be cursing like a sailor out here, but these people are pissing me off. Jesus Christ. You see what you're making me do? You see what these trolls make you do? They make you sink down into their goddamn bowels of their psyche. It's disgusting. Jesus Christ. Baltimore Trucker, Radio Graffiti. Death to my wife. God damn it, you sons of bitches. You goddamn sons of bitches, you know? You goddamn sons of bitches, you know? You people are ruining my Baller Friday. You're ruining my goddamn Baller Friday, you dumb scumbags. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, you socialist schlonghead sucking pieces of Bernie Sanders prostate infected, belch breathing pieces of chicken eating cornboy crap. Damn all of you. Damn all of you to hell. Jesus. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Give me that freaking mic, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. You know, I don't even want to continue going on with this goddamn Radio Graffiti, for Christ's sake, man. I give you 2-3 hours of my goddamn life, and this is how you people repay me, for Christ's sake, you scumbags? Jesus Christ. Where's my drink? Where's my drink? I'm telling you, man, you people make me sick. Mr. Sev, Radio Graffiti. Uh-oh. My wheelchair. Oh, Jesus Christ. Stop, Trump train. Stop! Stop! First of all, okay, that's not funny. Secondly, I'm not a cripple, all right? I don't know how many times I got to say that to get it through your goddamn heads. One time I say that. One time I make a reference to that, and these idiots think I'm a cripple or some crap. I already told you. I'm not a cripple, ass clowns. Jesus Christ, man. Do you hear this? 937 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's me again. I just have a message from my brother who somewhat listened to you just earlier. He wants to say, fuck you, Obama.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. This Obama, I don't know what the hell his problem is, man. Anti-American piece of trash as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, let's continue going. 610 Radio Graffiti.
Oh, do you mind keeping me on the line for after hours? I got two questions for you.
All right, well, go ahead and push 1 so you can no longer be in the queue there. Templeton Sanders, Radio Graffiti.
Bum 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 bum. Mr. Ghostler, give us the news. Why did you murder those 6 million Jews? We know you really like My Little Pony, and that you've got a crush on Alex Jonesy. Ghostler, you're so alone, 'cause girls don't want to date a smelly ham bone. Templeton, shit on your shoes. Mr. Ghostler, murder the Jews.
You son of a bitch. I mean, you see what I'm saying, folks? I mean, you know, I get no respect out here. I give these idiots 2 hours, 3 hours of my goddamn life, and these people could care less. They're freaking calling me Ghostler. You know, they're comparing me to some freaking Holocaust asshole. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate the ridicule. I don't appreciate the people besmirching the integrity of my name. I don't appreciate people not giving me any goddamn respect. I don't appreciate it one bit. Jesus Christ, that was a horrible, disgusting freaking song, asshole. 205, Radio Graffiti.
Let's play Marco Polo in the 6th Street Public Pool.
I can't even understand you because you're trying to, you know, lower yourself so Mammy doesn't know that you're on the phone when you should be, I don't know, doing homework or tickling your ass crack or whatever the hell you do. 404, Radio Graffiti.
Ghost, we have to stop ISIS, and I've come up with a way. Portal to Equestria and get help from Princess Celestia.
Oh, shut up. Shut up with that brony crap. Jesus Christ. 703, Radio Graffiti. All right. I mean, what are we? What are we, Top Gun here, huh? Jesus Christ. Who else do we got here? 574, Radio Graffiti.
National Weather Service issued in Category 5 fruit bowl storm to hit landfall to 6th Street. 25 feet of water expected. Wind gust as high as 190 miles per hour. If you
all right, that's enough of those stupid trolls already, all right? Stupid ass clowns. 732, Radio Graffiti.
Yo, what's up, you crippled fat midget, puny dick, cuck looking neck bearded piece of communist scumbag? It's your boy Prickly Pete, and fuck you, you racist ass Templeton fucker. I think you're a mother.
Hold on, just 1 second there, 732. I think we're about to play everybody's favorite game. It's Guess the Minority. That's right, folks. It's everybody's favorite game. It's Guess the Minority, folks. Go ahead and take your favorite guess, your best guess on what minority group this young man, or should I say man, is today. It's Guess the Minority, everybody. Let's go ahead and see what minority group this man is. All right. All right, turn it off, engineer. 732, you there?
Hello, I am Puerto Rican. My name is Juan. I do landscaping from America. I came here for better opportunity.
You're not a Mexican. No, you're not. You sound a little Asian in there. You know, there's an Asian that's coming out. You were trying to do the black thing, now you're trying to do the Mexican thing. I hear a little, Asian or possibly even Indian type of tonguish, but I'm going to go with Asian. Do you have any kind of Asian in you?
My dad is Asian, but he's also a cook.
I knew it! Yes! I told you I knew it! I love this game, baby! I love playing this game! Guess the minority, baby. Ain't nobody better at playing Guess the Minority than this man right here, baby. Yes! I can hear that ethnic twang in any voice, baby. Do you understand that? I can hear that ethnic twang in any goddamn voice. Anyway, Thai Fruit Dragon, Radio Graffiti. I'm a very articulate man. All right, I'm half a tard. No. Stop, first of all, splicing me, and secondly, stop making me sound like half a damn tard, man. I'm sick of that stupid troll. Jesus Christ. 510 Radio Graffiti.
Hello?
Goodbye. Who else do we got here? How about 440 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost. This is Chris from the horse fight. I just wanted to finish my Ghost cosplay. So I just wanted to know, should I use a cane, a hover round, or some of those cheap floaties you put on your arm?
Oh, shut up, you stupid fruit bowl. How about Coffee Crashing, Radio Graffiti? All right, I've got an expanded, vast amount of knowledge. I've got a decent... God damn it, stop making me sound like half a tard, you damn piece of trash. Big American Patriot, Radio Graffiti. My wife...
You are a piece of crap, and I don't care if you're dead. You deserve to die. What do you think about that, huh?
Broad, my wife...
is dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, you scumbags! I told you! I'm warning you, you dumbass! Stop making fun of my goddamn family! You stupid-ass crack. Anyway, who else do we got going on over here? How about 614 Radio Graffiti?
Tub Guy here on behalf of the Church of Poseidon in Austin. Service is held at the Midtown Spa Airport Boulevard. We'll be having service outside for the next week, so be sure to arrive 20 minutes early to drag your tub outside. Oh, my.
Ah, Jesus Christ, stop it! Just stop it already! Stop it with the goddamn rain jokes! They're making me sick! It's making me sick! Jesus Christ. Who else do we got going on here? We got the Teutonic Plague, Radio Graffiti!
Hey, I got something to say in the third hour, but for Radio Graffiti, I just want to say to the bureaucrats what John Wilkes Booth said times 1,000, and that is Sic Semper Tyrannis. Happy Baller Friday, my friend.
Hey, happy Baller Friday there, Teutonic Plague. 619, Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ, a Helen Keller deaf mute. How about Sega Ghostcast, Radio Graffiti? What the hell was that about, for Christ's sake? Was that the intro to the damn Sega Dreamcast, for Christ's sake? Good God. Benito Gostini, Radio Graffiti.
I was only 9 years old. I loved Ghost so much. I had all the merchandise and podcasts. I pray to Ghost every night before bed, thanking him for the...
Jesus Christ, you're blowing the eardrums out of everybody, sir. The People's Republic of China, Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ, we can't even understand you. Pivot Idiot, Radio Graffiti.
Way, hey, we need Mitt Romney. Way, hey, we need Mitt Romney. Way, hey, we need Mitt Romney.
Shove it up your ass with that crap. Dick Breath, Radio Graffiti.
When I see Donald Trump out in the Austin City streets, I will tell him, fuck you, asshole. When I see Roger No. That's enough, all right? Jesus
Jesus Christ, you people, you're this close to ruining my Baller Friday. This close, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, we're about out of time for the live broadcast. We are going to go ahead and go into the extended third hour. The only way that you can listen to it is if you call up right now at 516-453-9903, or you listen to it in the archive at blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and listen to it right after we have finished conducting the broadcast in general, okay? I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I will be back Monday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. And we may or may not have a show this weekend. Anyway, long live the capitalist army, baby, and death to feminism. Anyway, we are now in the third hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me, folks. Once again, we are going to extend this part of the third hour, which is the extended post-show edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, to extend a little bit of what we were doing in the free format edition of the show. We want to hear from you. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take some of these calls. If you want to be called on right now, please push the number 1 if you haven't already done so, and we are going to discuss subject matters and whatever subject matters you want to discuss. All right, and then maybe we'll end off with some radio graffiti. I don't know. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, it's a Baller Friday out here. I can feel the weekend. I can feel the spirit of the weekend. I want to hurry up and conduct myself in some militime, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm in Austin, Texas, man. There's a whole bunch of places to be conducting militime at, baby, and that's what I want to do. All right, but before I do that, I definitely want to continue on with this Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. So let's go ahead and go back to the phones, and let's see if individuals want to talk or discuss something, whatever they want to discuss here. All right, let's just continue it forward. Let's continue on, and let's get to it right now. All right. Anyway, who do we got? Do we got anybody on the horn there, engineer? All right, well, we're going to go down here, and we're going to go through the lines, and we are going to discuss whatever it is that you want to discuss. So once again, if you want to discuss something, please push the number 1 if you haven't already done so I know that you would like to be called on. And, I can call on you for this edition, the extended edition of the True Capitalist Radio third hour edition of the show, all right? All right, let's see who we have here. How about 949? What's up? What do you want to talk about?
Hi, I actually do have something I want to talk about. This is kind of a little bit of a story, so just keep me on the line and I'll explain it all. So we were talking earlier about how Europe is being run by these refugees, right?
Yeah.
It's not just in Europe anymore. I can't do specifics due to that fact I don't want to give away where I am, but I can say that, they're embracing the actions of some of these refugees in places near where I live. I mean, I'm going to the local burger place, trying to order a decent burger. The person behind the counter, who I can tell is easily of Middle Eastern, Filipino descent, is giving me the dirtiest look, like I just insulted his mother, when all I'm trying to do is get a combo meal. And I can speak a little bit of Filipino, so I can tell that they're telling their coworkers to pretty much do something really, really disgusting to my food. So I'm just wondering, what is it going to take for these people to start appreciating the fact that they were letting them come into this country, we're giving them a better way of life, and yet they're still treating us like yesterday's garbage. Please get me on the line.
Yeah, no problem. The reason they're doing this is because it's in their religion. These damn, clerics and, these people that are supposed to be religious leaders, they're advocating this philosophy that they are going to invade the countries and basically breed with their women to basically take control of the entire continents that they invade, that they migrate to. They are utilizing the migration for invasion. these, with all due respect, and I know that not every Muslim is extreme, but once again, folks, let's just be honest, all right? The moderate Muslims are not doing enough to stop the Muslims that are not moderate and are extreme. All right? They're not pinpointing who the extremist ones are. They're not denouncing them in unison. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are condoning the activity as it relates to the terrorist acts, especially if you make fun of the Prophet Muhammad, especially if you draw the Prophet Muhammad. I mean, there's all kinds of exceptions, even with the so-called moderate Muslims. And moreover, folks, the reason they want to take over not only Europe, and like this gentleman just alluded to the fact that they're already coming here to America, and I've said that. I've been saying that. I've suggested that here ever since I came back on this broadcast, that Obama is bringing these wild Yehudis into this country. It has been allocated in the Omnibus bill to fund this crap. And that's what you people need to start understanding and becoming aware of. This is why you have to participate politically. It's that damn important. All right, I'm serious. And like I said, there's two motivating factors as it relates to migrating these wild Yehudis. The first one is obvious, cheap labor. I mean, this young man said that he was just trying to get a combo meal, and he had one of these wild Yehudi migrants taking his order and looking at him like he just farted on his best suit or something. And the reason is, folks, is because these people, in my opinion, the majority, these damn wild Yehudis that are being brought in here, a lot of them are sleeper cells, in my personal opinion. I mean, I think that these are ticking time bombs, literally, for Christ's sake. But once again, they want cheap labor, all right? The corporate merger of corporations and government, they're going to bring these wild Yehudis in for cheap labor. And moreover, the bureaucrats, they win because these people that were brought in here via the bureaucrats and the Democrats and the leftists, they're going to vote left until the end of time. I mean, this is definitely political. You understand? This is economic and political warfare right here. I mean, just look at what happened to London. I mean, they elected a Muslim mayor, for Christ's sake. It is now Londonstan. And that's because all the immigrants that this liberal London, Britannia system allowed into their country, they are now becoming more of a political influence than actual natural-born Britons. All right? I'm serious. All right? And that's what the motivating factor is for this whole migration process, and that's why everyone should demand that it should be stopped. Everyone. I mean, it's not only unsafe for our national security based upon these people potentially being ticking time bombs, but it's bad for the economy because these people are, if they're not terrorists, they're going to work for dirt cheap and basically undercut whatever jobs are available now anyway. And thirdly, they are going to influence whatever political system in whatever country they are residing in. So this is a very serious situation, folks, and I think that America needs to start waking up to it and stop being such a damn politically correct leftist asshole and start looking up. You're on the internet, you lazy jerk nut. Why don't you look up what's happening right now in Europe? It's a disaster area, and as I've stated, Europe had open arms with these damn Yehudis. They accepted them in their country with open arms, with leftist socialist fervor, and look at the appreciation that these wild Yehudis have given them. They have given them none but conquering them. They are physically conquering them, physically assaulting them, sexually assaulting and raping their women. This is the appreciation that these wild Yehudis are giving these people that are allowing these people to settle in their countries, for Christ's sake. And on top of all that, they're trying to implement Sharia law. Oh, Jesus Christ. On top of all that, they're trying to implement a goddamn Sharia law. Jesus Christ, what a joke. Jesus Christ, how far down the rabbit hole have we fallen? I have no goddamn idea. No goddamn idea. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, I want to hear from you. Go ahead and push the number 1 if you have not already done so. Please push the number 1 if you want to be called on to discuss some issues as it relates to the post-show edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show, the free format Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. I want to discuss things. I want to talk about things. I want to hear from you. What do you want to talk about? Area code 919. What's up? What do you want to discuss?
Hey, Ghost. I got a story. I am a native in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I have a bathroom story for you, if you don't mind. Tell you.
All right, go ahead.
So I as a hobby, I am a drag queen, and so I go to the local gay bar called Legends, and I have a show there, and so one night I was doing my act, and I got a little loaded, and I couldn't go to the bathroom there because, for lack of a better term, there was a gay fest going on in the bathroom at the gay bar. Glory holes and people doing cocaine off each. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it. Anyways, so I really got to go, and so I went to one of the local bars around there, and I asked the server, "Hey, can I use your bathroom? I am relatively still new to this, gig." And I mean, I had a mustache, and the lady she said flat out no, and I said, "Excuse me, my name is the Mustache Queen, all right? You can't do this." And she said, "No, you can't go here." And Ghost, I seriously had to go, and I was so fucking pissed that I just let her have it. I honestly just started pissing on her fucking countertop because I was so fucking angry about this fucking bill. I'm not kidding, Ghost. I couldn't.
Yeah, are you, so you're a drag queen with a mustache? I don't even think that you have enough testosterone going through your body to produce a mustache, to be completely honest with you. So, is this a fictitious story?
No, Ghost. No. You can ask Jeff.
Yeah, just shove it up your fruit bowl ass, all right? Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that you're drag queening out there, and I don't get the drag queen thing. I just don't get it, all right? I mean, it's the equivalent of clowns. You're throwing on a wig, you throw on some clown freaking makeup, for Christ's sake, and it's just like what this. Obviously he's either a homosexual or a drag queen or something. But they go to these clubs and they literally just lip sync a freaking song. I mean, I don't get the whole idea of what the hell this is supposed to do. What kind of talent is this? I mean, this underscores, once again, this stroking, for a lack of a better term, of the egos of the youth of America. You understand? I mean, this is the edifice of pretend, of living in a warped reality, putting on a wig and clown makeup and then lip syncing to Beyonce, all right, and thinking that I don't know, I don't get it, and I don't want to get it, to be completely honest with you. All right, I'm just disgusted and sick. And look, I know this idiot was trolling, for Christ's sake. He didn't pee on anybody. He'd have been arrested, and that's assault, and he would have been on one of these websites with a mugshot with a drag queen with a mustache, all right? I mean, we would have seen it this morning at, one of these, mugshot websites that show idiots that have been arrested the previous evening. So once again, folks, I mean, this drag queen, this transvestite issue, it's ridiculous, all right? It's utterly ridiculous. And, of course, this kid, I mean, and that's what these kids don't understand. They don't understand how fruity they actually sound. Like this idiot can actually grow a mustache, for Christ's sake, man. He doesn't even have enough testicular fortitude to sound off like he's got some bass in his voice, like he's still a goddamn man, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, 425, what do you like to discuss this evening?
Oh, hey, Ghost, it's Zeke. Hi. Sorry about my horse rike users. They're kind of fruit bowls. I can't control them. But I wanted to talk about LA Times put out an article. California has passed 11 bills since the San Bernardino attacks, and they're making semi-automatic rifles with detachable magazines illegal and requiring background checks just to buy ammunition. What do you think about that? They're trying to just gut our Second Amendment rights, and it's like, that's only going to disarm the victims. That's all it's going to do, and I just don't understand why these liberals don't get it.
Oh, no, they get it. I mean, they absolutely get it. I mean, why do you think Maduro in Venezuela thinks that he can sustain power amidst all the chaos that's happening in Venezuela? I mean, they want chaos. You understand? They want crime. I mean, that's what's going to keep the subjects of society in line so that they can sustain their totalitarian rule. You understand? The reason that they want to disarm the people is so that whatever bureaucratic decision that these filthy, disgusting, soulless bureaucrats actually pass as law, there can be absolutely no retribution, however totalitarian, however freedom-infringing, however grotesque and anti-humanitarian it actually is. I mean, and that's the bottom line. I mean, look at what's happening to freaking Europe, man. I mean, Europe cannot defend itself. And as I've stated time and time again, I mean, I'm going to show you once again why this Europe can't defend itself. Take a look at the video by Prodigy, the electronic band, Prodigy, called Smack My Bitch Up. The video, the actual video, okay? That's from like 1997, all right? That was Germany back in 97. You understand? That's why America and Americans were so enthralled with socialism, because everybody was partying back then that was a part of a socialist country. Everybody was partying, but you see, that's how these damn totalitarian socialists pacify the subjects. They pacify the subjects with electronic music, with booze, with drugs, with sex, with all this nonsense. And meanwhile, the bureaucrats pacify the domestic population, encourage them not to procreate so it can basically lower the population. Everybody's a socialist because that's what the freaking system implemented, so everybody who's a citizen of those socialist countries are producing or doing a goddamn thing. So all they're doing is drinking, screwing, drugging. That's all they're doing, and as a result, the socialist system has to continue to sustain itself financially, and they can't do it with the domestic population because they've made them so docile from socialism and drugging them and sexing them and then putting alcohol in them and throwing rock music, electronic music, whatever that is going to bamboozle these people. By the time that they throw in these damn migrants, and I'm telling you, the reason that they're bringing in the migrants, folks, is because of cheap labor and to increase the populations of the domestic people. Do you understand that? And this is all by social engineering. This is all by design. These leftists are totalitarian freaks, man. They want to control society. It goes beyond politics with these damn liberals, these leftists, these communists, these socialists. They want to redesign society as if they're a goddamn god. So that's why I'm saying, folks, this is why you don't see Europe fighting back. They've been docile for about 20-something years. All right? They've been partying. They haven't been procreating. Remember, Europe was rather peaceful. There wasn't that much crime in Europe. Remember, it was a socialist society. It was by design. So now they bring in these battle-hardened wild Yehudis into Europe, and these Europeans don't know what to do. They're bowing down. They're cowering, for Christ's sake, because they've been so docile for so many years because of socialism. It's a social engineering process. That's why they want to take away our Second Amendment. That's why they want to take away our freedom of speech. That's why they want to take away the Bill of Rights, because they want to control your life, man. Anybody who's a communist, anybody who's a socialist, anybody who's a leftist, anybody who's a liberal, they want to control your life. They want your soul. And I'm serious about that, folks. This is not a joke. I'm not talking out my derriere. Just take a look at their actions. I mean, hell, you've got Hillary Rotten Clinton coming out, what was it, several months ago during the debates with Bernie prostate-infected Sanders with an outfit that was a spitting image to what Mao Zedong used to wear. Yeah, this damn imbecilic broad comes out with Mao Zedong garb. She's throwing it in your face, man. I'm telling you, these totalitarians think that they're more smarter than you. These leftist bureaucrats think that they can outsmart you. They can outthink you. And the reason this mentality, where it comes from the universities. Because they graduated from the so-called Ivy League intellectual universities. It puts them on such a pedestal, these bureaucrats, that they actually believe that they're better than everybody, and that's what gives them the anointing to lead everybody, to implement laws, to implement what they feel society should be. It's a disgrace, man. I'm telling you, it's a disgrace, and that's why everybody needs to wake up. And that's why I have come back, not only to make sure that Donald Trump is elected, but by God, to spark synapses in the brains of people throughout the world that capitalism is the only way. It's the only way that you're going to attain freedom. Even in a totalitarian situation like China, as I alluded to earlier in this broadcast, China incrementally gave people freedom, economic freedom. Meaning they gave them the opportunity to make money on their labor, and from that money they can produce goods, or they can consume goods, they can consume different foods, they can consume different products that wasn't traditionally given to them under the old communist rule. And incrementally, as the communist government gave the people economic freedom, now they're demanding social freedom. Now they're demanding political freedom, because by God, capitalist equals freedom. Capitalism equals freedom. And that's why I'm a capitalist. And that's why everybody throughout the international community that's listening within the sound of my voice should be a capitalist. Because by God, I don't want some stupid, dumbass, idiot bureaucrat dictating to me what my life should be, where I should live, how much food I should have, how much money I should make. It should be up to me. It should be up to my abilities, my creativity, my prowess, my ambitions. Not some filthy, disgusting, soulless bureaucrat. And by God, protect the Second Amendment. Protect the Second Amendment, boy. It's the only thing keeping this government honest at this point in time. It's the only thing keeping this government from coming in and implementing all-out martial law. Why do you think our governor over here in Texas armed the citizens of Texas and signed into law the open carry law of Texas? He made sure to arm the citizens of Texas to make sure, just in case these goddamn totalitarians in Washington try to come up in here and try to implement martial law, we're going to tell them to come and take it! Come and take it! Come and take it, boy. And if you want my personal opinion, that's why you've got so many weird weather situations happening to Texas. And once again, folks, I don't know if y'all remember that fertilizer plant that blew up in Texas, and I alluded to the fact back when it happened, I believe I was on the air. I said that that was a blatant retaliation by the Obama administration from Texas. Now, I don't want to get into any conspiracy theories, folks, because I don't advocate that I know everything as it relates to what the actual motive was for things that happen, actions that happen around us. But if you take a look at the footage of the explosion of that fertilizer plant in Texas, all right, it looks as if something came in from out of the sky and then it just blew up the fertilizer plant. All right, it looks like something like a missile or so. I'm not joking around. Take a look at it for yourself. All right, and lo and behold, it came out. What was it? Last week. All right, it came out last week that fertilizer plant was deliberately set. All right, the investigation shows that it was deliberately set, and it shocked everybody. It shocked the town, and it shocked Texas. But let me tell you, I knew it was deliberately set, folks. These are shots being taken at Texas because Texas is the last stand of freedom out here in America. All right? I mean, why do you think they have all these leftist organizations out here in Texas, especially in Austin, trying to do whatever it takes to bring as many carpetbaggers into Texas that are liberals and Democrats as they possibly can so that they can create Texas a blue state? I mean, give me a break, folks. This is the last stand, and I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump is the last line in the sand for America. All right? And that's why if you're not for this man, then you are for the destruction of the country. I mean, bottom line. All right? So choose what side you're on. If you're for Trump, then you're for America. If you're not for Trump, then you're for the destruction of America. Do you understand that? If you are not for Trump, you are for the destruction of America that these bureaucrats have gradually dug us into for the past 30 to 35, 40 years. So choose what side you're on, boy. Anyway, thank you for calling. That was actually a pretty good question, for Christ's sake. 773, what's going on? What do you want to discuss?
Hey, Ghost Manhood Magic again. So I got two things. First of all, I know you were talking a little bit about salaried workers and how that's all changing with overtime. I actually have a couple people that I know that work under salary. When this law goes into effect, they're actually being changed over to hourly workers, and then they're going to have a minimum of like only a certain amount of overtime. So it's actually cutting them out with how much they can actually be at work. And then the second thing, I don't know if you already went over this at all, but Wendy's is planning on doing more automation in their stores and chains and everything like that. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, no, I mean, I hate to say I told you so, to be honest with you. I mean, I was discussing that the automation revolution is being pushed forth even that much more further as it relates to this whole minimum wage debate, which is ridiculous, all right? I mean, these people want $15 an hour to push some buttons on a goddamn cash register. That's just utterly ridiculous. And as a result, you now have the revolution of automation showing its head. And to be honest with you, it's good and bad. It's good for the consumer because it may actually bring down costs of certain consumer goods. But, of course, it's bad for the worker because there's going to be a lot less people making money and actually earning a living as it relates to these unskilled jobs. Now, as for the salary-based rules that are coming out, you're exactly right. I mean, they're already talking about changing the salary-based positions and turning them into hourly-based positions. If not, they're just going to get rid of them altogether. Because, like I said, folks, what happened here, if you didn't listen to the show, Obama and the Department of Labor have redefine the rules on who should be paid overtime, okay? Now, the threshold to be paid overtime is 23 and change. I believe it was $23,000 and change, meaning that if you made under $23,000 and change, you have to be paid overtime over 40 hours. After you go past that $23,000 and change threshold, then you could be hired as a salary-based employee, and salary-based employees typically have a lot more responsibility than a typical wage employee. It's typically a more responsible job for the most part, and a lot of the times it requires a lot more than 40 hours of work. But as I alluded to, salary jobs are a lot more certain than wage jobs, because in salary jobs, no matter what the economic climate is, the employer is always going to need their salary-based employee because salary-based employees are very important. There's a lot of perks with being a salary-based employee. No matter what the economic climate, as I alluded to just a while ago, they have to pay the salary. I mean, every business owner, when it comes to salary employees, already allots the salary for that annual basis, or at least if you're a good business owner, and already has that salary paid in the bag. Unlike a wage hourly employee, if a business owner finds that they're not selling enough, if a business owner finds that they're not making enough sales, they can literally just not necessarily lay off the wage employee, but they can send wage employees home. I mean, that's what people don't understand. I mean, you can actually lose work because, there's lack of economic activity as it relates to the business. So if you're an hourly employee, it's very easy to be like, look, we're not having sales today. Go ahead and go home, and I'll see if I'll call you back tomorrow, see how it looks tomorrow, so on and so forth. You can't do that with a salary employee. You tell a salary employee to go home, you still got to pay them the same amount every week. It doesn't matter. You see, that's what these people don't understand. Now, the new threshold for these salary rules is now $47,000 and change. Meaning that a lot of these people that are like fast food managers and a lot of people that are mom and pop shop managers of certain small businesses, they make about $40,000 to $45,000 a year as it relates to a salary. Well, now, folks, okay, let's just say a fast food manager, if they're making $45,000 a year. And let me tell you, if you're a fast food manager, you're going to be there a hell of a lot longer than 40 hours a week, all right? I mean, you are in charge of the store. You're in charge of inventory. You're in charge of the employees. You're in charge of scheduling. I mean, you're a manager, for Christ's sake. You're going to be there, all right? Well, now, because the new threshold of overtime is $47,000 and change a year, anybody who's making under $47,000 and change, if they work over 40 hours, like let's say the fast food manager who has $45,000 a year in salary, now that he works over 40 hours, that employer has to pay him time and a half as it relates to every hour over 40 hours. I mean, basically redefining the salary laws. And I think it's going to be very bad for business. I don't think people understand the implications of this, and I think people need to take their heads out of their asses and realize that what this damn president is doing, what these leftists are doing, are completely destroying America. The economy, politically, foreign policy-wise, I mean, it's pathetic. So anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish off the broadcast with a little bit of radio graffiti. So if you want to partake in radio graffiti, go ahead and push the number 1. Or if you're waiting because you wanted to partake in the post-show edition of the free format, then push the number 1 so you don't have to partake in radio graffiti. But I'm going to go ahead. It's already halfway through the third hour. I'm going to take some radio graffiti calls, and I'm going to bounce out of here. Because it's a Baller Friday, baby. It's a Baller Friday, baby. Woo! Anyway, let me go ahead and continue going here. Everybody, if you want to partake in radio graffiti, go ahead, push the number 1 right now. And if you don't, and you already pushed the number 1, push the number 1 again so you can get off the queue. So I won't call on you for radio graffiti. You can just listen to the broadcast, all right? Here we go. We got any callers, engineer? All right, here we go. We're going with radio graffiti right now. All right, we got 408 radio graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. Thanks for a great show. And, have a great Baller Friday.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. How about 949 radio graffiti?
Hey, just wanted to say it's been a great show. Keep me on the line.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. How about 610 radio graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, what do you think of Pet Sounds?
Well, of who?
The Beach Boys' album, Pet Sounds.
Oh, the Beach Boys album?
Pet Sounds, yes.
I don't. All right, unfortunately, I don't think of it. Who else do we got over here? Brony Drumming, radio graffiti.
So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Oh my God, give me a freaking break, man. Come on. How about 510 radio graffiti? Oh, Jesus Christ. Why don't you learn how to work your goddamn computer there, Milky Liquor? 863 radio graffiti.
Ghost, when are you going to admit that you're controlled opposition for the Jews?
What are you talking about, a controlled opposition for the Jew? Who the hell is this?
I'm nobody.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something right now. Nobody controls Ghost, all right? Do you understand that? I'm a capitalist. I control myself. Do you understand that, woman?
I don't believe you, Ghost.
Yeah, right. Get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich, all right? Get in the goddamn kitchen where you belong. 732 Radio Graffiti.
Anime is a prime example of why 2 nukes just wasn't enough.
Okay. How about 781 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, I'm on my way to the airport down to Austin, Texas, because you tried to solicit sex out of my 15-year-old sister, you fucking pedophile. I'm going to hunt you down and kill you.
Shove it up your ass. Yeah, right. Shove it up your ass. You better take that back, or I'll say your goddamn number on the air right now, you stupid dumbass. All right?
Really? You're going to say my number? I'll sue you.
Yeah, I'll say your number right now. You want me to do it?
Sue you, motherfucker.
Sue me. I don't give a crap. Do you think I give a crap?
Fucking find you.
You think I care if you sue me? I mean, I make more money in a day than your fucking mother and father probably make in a year, you stupid little piece of trash. You know what I mean? What do you think you're going to sue me for? What? You just slandered my name, claiming that you just slandered my name, you little stupid twerp. You want to take me to court for that? I'll sue you till you're into the ground for slandering, claiming that I text your sister or sexed your sister. You have any proof of that, you piece of crap? You don't, because it didn't happen. That's slander, you dumb jerk dick. So what, you want to play legalese with me, you dumb faggot? Huh?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. You want me to say your number? I'll say your goddamn number, you stupid fruit bowl.
Motherfucker, I'm right here.
All right, 781-351-0126. Somebody help this idiot out, all right? Stupid milky liquor. Anyway, who else do we got going on over here? 425 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, I noticed the bureaucrat's office does not have a ramp. How do you get up there?
Shove it up your ass, for Christ's sake. How about 360 Radio Graffiti?
360 Radio Graffiti.
Happy Baller Friday, Ghost.
Hey, happy Baller Friday. I appreciate it, man. How about 773 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost Manhood Magic, one more time. Just want to give a shout-out to all my fellow Chicagoland listeners and the True Capitalist Army. Happy Baller Friday!
Hell yeah, baby. Happy Baller Friday. Area code 207, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, I hear that my two worker buddies, Will and Phil, will be constructing a water slide in Austin, Texas, Six Flags. Please.
Oh, shut up, you stupid moron. It took you long enough to construct that sentence fragment, you stupid milky liquor. 239, Radio Graffiti.
Oh, hi-ho there, Ghost. It's Mickey Mouse. I just wanted to tell you that we're updating the Hall of Presidents early by putting in Donald Trump. Unfortunately, we couldn't find in a pile of shit high enough to resemble him. Oh, well.
Oh, shut up, you stupid dumb idiot. Just shut your stupid stinking face. 812, Radio Graffiti.
My granny got run over by a wheelchair. Walking home from the house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Templeton. But as for me and Grandpa, we shove it up your ass. She's been drinking too much.
Jesus Christ, man. All right. How about 408 Radio Graffiti?
Hello, Ghost. Good show. I called a few shows ago. I was going to ask you about Adolf Hitler. I just want to have a rebuttal, if you don't mind.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, because every time I ask people about Hitler, I get the same response, that he's bad, that he's evil, that he's not a good guy. And it's just disgusting that people can spit on the memory of this guy after all he's done for Germany and his people. He brought Germany out of the gutter. When it was fucked
well,
over.
You know, look. I talked about this. You don't have to go through the whole rigmarole. I talked about this on episode, the April 20th, 420 episode. All right, in the third hour, I discussed everything about the German history, so on and so forth. Look, I don't think any of the actors in World War II were worth a crap, even acknowledging as pro-humanitarians. In my personal opinion, everybody in World War II was a bloodthirsty, sick, disgusting freak. All right, and the proof is in all the death and destruction these so-called leaders at the time allowed to happen. All right, now I'm not saying that I'm not judging anybody. I know history. I know what Hitler did. Hitler brought Germany back from the brink, post-World War I. I talked about this already. I get it, all right? Now, I'm just suggesting that to sit here and not acknowledge the atrocities that this man did, Stalin did, FDR did, Churchill did, Franco of Spain did, Mussolini did. I mean, they all did it. They all did it. I mean, it was World War II, man. They were a bunch of sick freaks. I'm telling you, these people are bloodthirsty, for Christ's sake. Anyway, 714 Radio Graffiti. Oh, shit, he didn't even have his hand up. My bad, man. How about area code 210 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost.
Hey.
Hey, happy Baller Friday. Glad the rain finally stopped in Texas, and great show, man. Thanks.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate you for tuning in. And yeah, no kidding. I'm glad that the rain is kind of piped down a little bit. 928 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. I'm just wondering if I can ask you one question.
Go ahead. What's going on?
You know what? There's one thing that's bugging me. I just want to know if is it legal when you're 21 or older? I just want to know if you're legal to marry someone who's older than you. If I'm 21 and my wife's 43 or 32 or whatever, I just want to know if that's legal to do that.
Yeah, it's legal, man. All you got to do is just pay for the marriage license. I mean, all marriage is a tax, and moreover, it's a merging of assets. It's a financial move. Always remember that. I know that the churches and all these people want to make it some kind of a spiritual ceremonial situation, but let's be honest, folks. It's about taxes. All right, it's about falling under a certain tax category. It's about paying for a marriage license. I mean, you have to pay a license to get married, for Christ's sake. Moreover, when you get married, you become one entity. All right, so whoever you marry, okay, that person can sign your name for you, and vice versa. These people can open up accounts in your name. These people can open up credit cards in your name. All right, do you understand? That's what marriage is all about. That's why when you get married, you better make sure that you love that someone, because you are entrusting everything with them. That's why when you get divorced, you have to basically split everything 50-50, because, folks, when you get married, you are coming together as a unit. That's why when you file taxes, there's a complete separate category for folks that are married. All right, I'm serious, man. That's all it is. It's a business arrangement. It's a merger. All right, it's all about money, baby. It's all business. I know it hurts people's feelings, and, it kind of just makes people feel a little it's always about money. I'm just Jesus Christ, it's always, of course it's always about money. All right, it doesn't matter what the system is, communism, socialism, capitalism, it's all about the money. Anyway, folks, look, it's getting pretty goddamn late. It's going to be here 6:45 out here in Austin, Texas. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me to this Baller Friday free format edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. All right, I may or may not do a show this weekend. I'm not sure. So follow me on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. And moreover, folks, if you haven't already done so, please bookmark the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. And before I go, I would like for everybody to please, once again, I keep reiterating this crap, but please do whatever it takes to make sure you spread the word about the Trump train, about information that basically rebukes all the slanderous lies being said about the Trump train and Mr. Trump himself. All right? And moreover, if you haven't already done so, join the capitalist army, baby. Join the capitalist army. Do you see the damage we did to the Black Lives Matter movement, for Christ's sake? Good God. Woo! Hey, Hey, where's Black Lives Matter now, baby? Where are they at now? Woo! I'm telling you, Black Lives Matter ain't got nothing on the capitalist army, baby. And let me tell you something right now, before I get off the air, I do want to say to the Black Lives Matter folk, hey, look, you brought this on yourselves, all right? You all want to advocate violence. You want to go out there and threaten people. You want to go out there and threaten civil riots. You want to go out and agitate Trump rallies. You want to go out there and think that y'all are big, huge thugs, for Christ's sake. Well, let me tell you something, baby. You ain't no match for the knowledge of the capitalist army. Do you understand that? And for you folks that are unaware, some investigative work, some independent folks in the capitalist army conducted, they found that this Charles Wade, one of the leaders and organizers of the Black Lives Matter movement, was a convicted sex trafficker, a human trafficker, for Christ's sake, and he was wanted, so on and so forth. We got his rap sheet. We freaking spread it around the internet like wildfire. And literally, folks, if you've been following me on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. The next day, the very next day after we spread his information like wildfire, this son of a bitch got arrested. That's right, he got arrested for human trafficking, boy. And I'm telling you right now, you damn Black Lives Matter folks, you need to realize that you can't keep hiding behind your group dynamic violence and all this other nonsense. And you people that are trying to lead these folks and trying to agitate violence, we know exactly who you are, and we're going to make sure the spotlight's on you. Since you want to advocate violence, since you want to bullhorn all this civil riot nonsense, we're going to make sure to put a spotlight on you folks. All right? We're going to make sure to make you famous, baby. All right? And you better make sure that your ass ain't got no goddamn skeletons in your closet, because we're going to find them, baby. The capitalist army's going to find them, baby. The capitalist army's going to find them. Woo! And that's why I'm saying, folks, the only reason that we did this to Black Lives Matter is to expose the utter hypocrisy that is Black Lives Matter. You don't care about black lives. If you cared about black lives, you'd be caring about the majority of blacks that are killed in America are killed in the abortion rooms. Do you understand that? There are more black abortions every year that kill more black babies and black lives than violence, heart disease, and cancer combined. Do you understand that? And moreover, why don't you take a look at the criminal statistics? Take a look at the black-on-black crime. I mean, do you understand that black folks are killing more black folks than any other race? You understand this, right? I mean, I'm just stating facts, all right? I'm not being racist, Black Lives Matter. You understand that? I'm telling you, Malcolm X, I saw Malcolm X trending yesterday. He'd be spinning over in his goddamn mixed-race mulatto grave seeing you people act the way you're acting, for Christ's sake, all right? I mean, he was all about black self-determination. He did not agree that the damn state should be spoon-feeding black people. He believed that black folks should make their own money, black people should make their own goods, black people should have their own culture, black people should have their own identity, and y'all have completely failed to hear the message that Malcolm X blatant, I mean, he's yelled it, he screamed it, he spoke it. But look at y'all Black Lives Matter, acting a fool, acting like a bunch of thugs, acting like a bunch of idiots. You know what I mean? Trying to act like a bunch of freaking Snoop Dogg spit-out, cut-out paper dolls, for Christ's sake, man. You know what I mean? Rejected Dr. Dre's and NWAs, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, that is what Black Lives Matter culture is, Black Lives Matter. Don't you understand that? I mean, prior to the Chronic album, and I hate to keep reiterating this, prior to the Chronic album, prior to the NWA's releasing of its first album, I didn't see any kind of ghetto degeneracy in black poverty. Sure, there was black poverty, but there was never an embracement of ghetto degeneracy. There was never an embracement of welfare carols. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wait. I mean, there was never any pride taken in black communities that they were collecting welfare and being absolute mooches on the government. I mean, this was not prevalent prior to this damn promotion of so-called rap and hip-hop. I mean, when are you Black Lives Matter assholes going to acknowledge that crap? Huh? That the whole reason why you're in the current situation that you're in is because these so-called rap stars basically induced the majority of black people into embracing ghetto-fied degeneracy. I mean, seriously, man, wake up, all right? I mean, what you're doing right now, Black Lives Matter, is you are being puppeteered by a bunch of liberal whiteys. You understand that, Black Lives Matter? You are being manipulated and puppeteered by white folk. And I think you idiots know it. I mean, look at the Rachel Dozials. You know, look at the Sean Kings. Huh? I mean, look at these social justice warriors that are there with you in your group dynamic. All right? They are utilizing your strife to basically ingratiate themselves with the moral high ground. Do you understand that? Your strife is being utilized by liberals, by leftists, so that they can take your moral high ground and use it for themselves. Do you understand that, Black Lives Matter? Stupid, dumb idiots, for Christ's sake, wake up! All right? The capitalist army didn't do what it did because it wants to take you down. It did what it did because it's trying to wake your stupid asses up. It's trying to wake you up into believing that, hey, if you're really angry, if you really want to go against somebody, you should go against the people that put you in the positions that you're in today. It's the liberals. It's the leftists. It's Hollywood, for Christ's sake. I mean, I remember Public Enemy. Do y'all remember Public Enemy? Black Lives Matter? How come y'all never listen to Public Enemy? Oh, instead, you put freaking Flavor Flav, which was nothing more than a gimmick for freaking, a marketing gimmick for freaking Public Enemy and Chuck D and all the other guys. How come you never listen to him, for Christ's sake? How come you never listen to Chuck D, for Christ's sake? How come you never listen to the song Burn, Hollywood, Burn? If you've never heard it, for Christ's sake, go watch the video, Black Lives Matter. I mean, you've had people trying to tell you this. You've had people trying to tell you that they are trying to glorify ghetto-fied degeneracy, and you people continue to eat it. I mean, take a look at the way they have geared the black culture now. Now, they have rappers wearing skirts now, all right? They got rappers wearing dresses. Now you've got, what is this, freaking Will Smith's kid out here, some gender-fluid bisexual queer out here, basically inducing the rest of the black community into conducting themselves in what they're conducting themselves. Look, it's not an accident that, almost 50% of black males in Atlanta have freaking HIV. I mean, it's not a coincidence out there in Dallas, Texas, that, 1 out of every 4, 1 out of every 3 black men have a goddamn HIV or the AIDS. All right? I mean, you damn black people that are in Black Lives Matter that supposedly, if you really care about your goddamn people, you'd wake up and start recognizing these things instead of trying to focus on other stupid crap that is going to make your cause worthless. So once again, all right, Black Lives Matter, I mean, we basically cut you down to size, but it wasn't because we wanted to make a mockery of you. It's because we wanted you to face the truth. And the truth is that these leftists are utilizing the black strife to basically usurp it and use it as substance for the moral high ground, to be the social justice warrior. You understand this? I mean, the sooner you get that through your dumbass heads, the better off you'll be. And then you'll start redetermining and refocusing on who exactly is the enemy of your people. All right? Instead of rabble-rousing and being puppeteered by a bunch of white liberals that are asking you to do their bidding because you're the muscle. Anyway, folks, I didn't mean to get off on that diatribe and that soliloquy about that because I mean, I just didn't mean to, but folks, I mean, you understand the damage that the capitalist army is doing, baby. You understand that? And that's why I'm calling on you. All right? I want you to join the capitalist army. All right? And what do you need to do to join the capitalist army? Just be a capitalist, baby. I mean, we're much like Anonymous. I hate to compare us to Anonymous because Anonymous is so freaking lame, all right? But we're like Anonymous. You know what I'm saying? You can just do things and say you're a part of the capitalist army, baby, because that's just the way it is. We all have an objective. We want capitalism. We want freedom. We don't want bureaucratic corruption. We don't want international bureaucracies. We don't want monopolies. I mean, this is very simple stuff that we can all gather behind. And that's why I'm calling on you to join the capitalist army, baby. Do you understand that? It's time for you to stand up and do something bigger than yourself. It's time for you to believe in something that can actually have an impact in your life, that can change your life. Capitalism can change your life. It can create any life that you want, but you have to work to get it. You have to use your abilities, your creativity, your prowess to be able to achieve whatever it is that you want as the life that you want. And that's the difference between capitalists and these socialist communists. These socialist communists, they don't want to work. They just want everything given to them. And as long as some bureaucrat promises, all they have to do, all I have to do is go vote and you can give it to me? Oh, that sounds easy. This is what it's all about, folks, okay? This is what it's all about. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me for this Baller Friday free format edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. Once again, I implore you to please spread the word about the True Capitalist Radio broadcast because we are trying to inspire as many capitalists throughout the world that we possibly can. It is that imperative. It is that important. It is that time in history for as many capitalists to start raising up and start showing these goddamn bureaucrats, these international bureaucrats and domestic bureaucrats, that the capitalists, the machines, the engines of all governments are not going to sit back and take it anymore. And you better recognize us, and you better not only just recognize us, you better respect us and understand that we own this little government. We own you little people. I mean, those are our money. That's our money that you're spending. Those are our tax dollars. The capitalists own you little bureaucrats, you piece of crap. We own you. You belong to us. The system, the governments, they belong to us. And let me tell you, with the election of Donald Trump, we're going to take him. By God, we are going to take him, boy, and it will be a great day, a great goddamn day, and not only American history, but world history, when the capitalists finally take control of America and then spread that capitalist fervor throughout the damn world. It'll be a great goddamn day. And I can't wait because I know for a fact that there are millions, if not billions of people that want to break the chains of socialist communist bondage. They want to break the chains of totalitarian bondage. And capitalism, they know it, I know it, and everybody knows it, is the answer. Do you understand that? It's the answer. So get off the sidelines and get on the front lines. The capitalist army wants you. The capitalist army wants you. What side are you on? The capitalist army wants you, baby. So anyway, we need you, all right, in whatever capacity. The capitalist army wants you. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Once again, follow me on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. I don't know if I'll be back this weekend, but follow me on Twitter. We may or may not have a show, and if I don't, well, then meet me Monday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And spread it around like wildfire, all right? It's the least you can do. There's all kinds of buttons. Press the Facebook like button. Press the retweet this button, all right? Use and abuse those buttons, baby. It's just a freaking click, for Christ's sake. Spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around like wildfire. Man, I'm filled with piss and fury today, folks. Anyway, I am out of here. It is Baller Friday. It's Miller time, baby. And I hope that you're having yourself a great Baller Friday. Please tweet me your photos if you're conducting yourself and basking in your capitalist success for the week. If you got any pictures of any alcoholic beverages or any extravagant meals, however you're celebrating your Baller Friday, I'd love to see it. Politics Ghost is the name. Thank you for tuning in with me, folks. Long live the capitalist army. Long live the capitalist army. And death to feminism, death to communism, death to socialism, and death to totalitarianism.